Great Scottish culture at the Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, taking place the weekend of February 16th through the 18th in downtown Mount Dora. Enjoy live music, Highland athletics, bagpipes, plus a special guest appearance by actor and comedian Jamie Kennedy, and much more. Tickets available at mountdorascot.com. The Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, February 16th through the 18th. Sponsored by Guinness, Visit Lake, and the City of Mount Dora.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. And now, during our President's Day sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add any base. Ends Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Real radio.
104.1.
Hey homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
Hey, are you planning to get an updated COVID-19 vaccine?
Yep. I don't want to get seriously sick and miss out on spending time with friends and family.
Does it cost a lot? I don't have insurance.
If you don't have health insurance, or if your insurance doesn't cover an updated COVID-19 vaccine, you can get one for free with the Bridge Access program. Just look for places that participate in Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
Sounds good. Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
A message from CDC.
Not sure what's the best way to save for college? Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. For more than 35 years, we've helped Florida families successfully save for college. And now we've made it even more affordable to save with prepaid plans starting at just $34 a month. That's the lowest plan price in 10 years. Visit myfloridaprepaid.com and use our Easy Plan calculator to find the right plan for your family's budget and put your child on the path to less college debt. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Find your plan today.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. aspireallergy.com and tackle your allergies head on.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyounedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, February 16th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from another massive AI breakthrough to a ban on cold beer in one state and why people are returning the Apple Vision Pro. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane. Uh-oh.
Sick. One more time.
Almost with us. Hello. There he is. Yes, and hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time, and this never, ever, ever, ever happens, folks. We got a last-minute message.
Say what?
I can't believe it. It's from the CEO of CMG Records.
Oh.
Let's see what they have to say.
Have a great Friday, you motherfucker.
We did it, everybody!
Oh, yeah. Oh,
We made our way through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. You done good, friend.
Yeah, we did.
We got a lot ahead of us on a busy Friday. My God, that sounds loud. Is that really loud? Sounds really loud over here.
I mean, it's good on my end, but
All right.
it had lyrics like "Ready for the weekend."
No, it's great.
That
It's
was
great.
appropriate.
Yeah, no, it's very appropriate.
Thank you.
I agree. All right, let's start things off. We have a lot
You guys
to get
agree?
to today. Yeah, we're in agreement for now. I mean, who knows? We got
We
4
just
hours.
needed one a quarter.
Do you
so we're
concur? Why didn't I
All
just
right.
concur?
Here we go. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the world of sports, friends. We are pros at sports. They stand in awe in the halls of ESPN as we walk through, and they say, there they are. You know, it's the folks from the News Junkie. They know all the sports stuff.
Oh, sports
And,
people in town.
of course, we watch NCAA action, and in the world of women's basketball on the NCAA side, there was a monumentous occasion as Caitlin Clark shattered the NCAA scoring record. She did this against Michigan. She plays for Iowa. The previous record was 3,527 points. And what's insane to me, this chick is crazy good, right? What's insane to me is those of you who are watching on YouTube and Twitch will be able to see this. She could have done like the safe thing and gone as close as she could for the shot that she knew was going to break that record. Watch the shot that she takes that breaks the all-time NCAA scoring record. Here she goes.
Recovered by Gabby.
All right, she's got the ball.
Here comes Clark. How will she go
Whoa.
for history?
Oh my
I mean,
God.
yikes. I mean,
Damn.
that was almost half court. She was literally almost at half court.
That's
when she
incredible.
dropped this thing right in the bucket.
History.
Also, it didn't hit anything. Like the way that thing fell, I've probably held a basketball and shot a basketball at a hoop maybe 1,000 to 2,000 times. All right, these are not
Sean,
huge numbers. Those are
that's
small
a huge
numbers.
number to say.
No, that's not a huge number at all. Those are small numbers. Like playing basketball as a kid with your friends and stuff. Oh my God, I used to play all the time with my friends. I sucked.
Did you? Because the way you just mimed playing basketball, you were dribbling with both hands.
No, you go like this. I like this. I'm doing it like this. Yeah, see? It's a, boom. Yeah, you put it up. I was pretty good form.
Let's go down to 500.
That was pretty good form. And my friend at the end of the street, Brian, him and his brother Chris, they had a basketball hoop in front of their house. And it was the worst house ever to play basketball out because the house was really high up on a hill. So you had the basketball place right up on a hill, but then there was this incredibly basketball court. It wasn't really a court.
Now it's down to 300 times you've touched
It
a
was
basketball.
more. It was more of a place than a court, honestly. And then the driveway like dropped off significantly, so you were kind of playing basketball on a cliff, on like a cliff top, and it was very dicey. But I shot that so many times. Shot that ball up. I've never once made a basket or a dunkaroo, as they used to call them. I never made one like this. Watch how this ball goes in. It's just like boom, just as perfect of an angle as she possibly could have shot it. Oh man, hold on, let me go back. Oh, here she goes. Ah,
History.
right there.
Wow.
Incredible. And you know what? What's crazy is she's drawing in huge crowds at these places. And tickets to the games where they thought that she was going to break the record were going around $375 a piece for a ticket to an NCAA women's basketball game, right? $375. And they had been paying for the last several games around that because they thought that Caitlin Clark may break the record. And there she goes.
As a devil's advocate with what I'm about to say, but like, you have all of this hype around you, tickets almost sold out, and then, what happens? Like, I hope that she stays on this pedestal, but the next move would be WNBA.
Right.
And they don't get the numbers. Like, they don't get this hype like they deserve.
I guess they're hoping that they will, because there's a lot of people who have tuned in to watching her in Iowa play throughout the last couple of years, and maybe those people will go over to WNBA. But the WNBA just has not brought in an audience. People find it boring, and it's not even just because they're women, because the NCAA numbers, I think, are bigger than the WNBA numbers half of the time. Strangely enough, you don't get paid for one and you get paid for another. Isn't that how it works out there? Win on YouTube says, nobody ever said Dunkaroo. Bro, you have never played basketball before.
Yeah,
all
bro.
my basketball peeps would say Dunkaroo.
Oh, peeps.
You would say alley-oop-a-rooney, Dunkaroo, all of the like real traditional basketball, b-ball terms, as it were, would be things that you would toss out there. So that's how it works usually. Okay, before we go over to your emails, your dispatches, and all of those things, we'll start with this, because in one of the several trials against President Trump, former President Trump, he's got this woman down in Fulton County. That's in Georgia, it's around Atlanta. And she is Fannie Willis. And Fannie is quite the name, but she is Fannie Willis, and she is going after Trump because you guys remember, this is old now, but right after the election where there was that audio of Trump, and he called the governor of Georgia, and he was like, we need you to find these votes,
Right.
just find this many votes. And he says, well, I'm telling him to find the votes legally. And they're saying, no, you're saying just like find, make believe votes. Steal some votes. And so that's what that case is all about. I don't think they're going to ding him on that case, honestly, because it doesn't seem like they have the case against him. But this woman who is the district attorney, Fannie Willis, she's now on the stand herself in the trial because she lied about having a relationship with the special prosecutor that she appointed in this case. So this woman, she's the head, she's the DA, she's the one who can go after people. She says, I'm going to go after Trump for what happened with the election stuff. I don't like it. And I think he was a criminal. And then she picks somebody that they believe she was in a relationship with at the time to be
a fellow prosecutor, right?
Yes, to be the special prosecutor in the particular case against Trump, which is definitely enough to DQ her from the case. You're not supposed to do that. That's in improper actions.
Can't believe they're going to Dairy Queen her like that.
Disqualify. And she's been in the courtroom, and she was pissed off yesterday. There was a lot of real contentious moments.
End up kicking Trump's lawyer out, because I saw some headline, and then I go to watch the clip, and it's the last 2 seconds of it.
They were going to. There was talk that they were going to remove one of Trump's attorneys, but the whole day was kind of just contentious back and forth. Here's an example.
That's
Trump's attorney.
Briefly.
Yes, sir.
You had contact with Mr. Wade in the year 2020, correct?
That's Fannie.
I had some contact with Mr. Wade.
Would you explain when you say some contact?
She sounds like somebody I've heard of before. I don't know who it is. She sounds like somebody famous. Listen to that voice. It sounds like somebody that I've heard their voice before.
Please tell us, talking about 2020.
I had some contact with Mr. Wade in 2020. One of the reasons your allegations
Kamala
are so
Harris?
preposterous or mismerchants that you have shown is...
Ma'am, I didn't ask you about the allegations. I asked you about your contact. That's all I ask you, okay? I appreciate that you want to say something, but I'm interested in, did you have contact with Mr. Wade
like
in 2020?
each other.
And your answer so far has been yes, correct?
Very limited contact because Mr. Wade had a form of cancer that makes your allegations somewhat ridiculous.
This is what they're trying to go off of. So they're trying to go off this idea that the guy, the special prosecutor, that he had some kind of cancer and that the cancer made it so he couldn't get erect. And so, therefore, they clearly weren't having any relationship. But she's just flat out lying. There's definitely enough evidence to suggest these two were in a sexual relationship. They were staying with each other, staying the night at each other's houses. It dated back way further than they were willing to admit to. And she was lying. And they're all caught up in this right now, just sweating it out on the stand, which is making the circus of these Trump cases even more of a circus. Somebody says Wanda Sykes. I don't know if it's Wanda Sykes.
I just got another text personally about it being Wanda Sykes.
Really?
I think
Maybe
a little
it
bit.
is.
There's a little bit of Wanda Sykes in her.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's something there that was like, that sounds familiar. Anyhow, so that is another distraction there in that case. There's a lot going on politically, but we'll try to stay away from that as best as we can today and have some fun on a Friday. How about that? Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and Steven emails. He says, I was listening to the podcast today, and you were talking about that Amazon scam, which is starting to get some coverage out there. I've seen people talking about the woman who is a financial analyst or investor.
It's insane that you would get that much money and just put it in a box and hand it to somebody.
And don't look them in the face.
Don't look at the driver. Just say thank you and go back inside.
She was a financial expert, and she got a call from Amazon saying that somebody had some fake business accounts in her name.
Should we be allowed to stop calling her a financial expert by now?
Let's take the expert away.
Yeah.
Then they said they put her through to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. She believed that. Then they said they were putting her through to the CIA, and this CIA agent was going to protect her and protect her money. So she withdrew $50,000, which a lot of people are skeptical about that piece of the puzzle. And then she put it in a shoebox and followed instructions to give it to a man who was in the back of an SUV, but not to look at anybody in the face as they drove away because it would put her in danger. And she did it. She did all of this. And so that's what he's talking about. I live in Ocala, and I got a call one Monday morning 6 months ago, and it said the sheriff's department was on the phone, and they start with that they're from the Marion County Sheriff's Department, and I had an outstanding bench warrant from multiple red light camera tickets that had not been paid. They told me to hold on, and then they said they were going to send me to a sergeant for more details. I was transferred to the sergeant, and he had all my personal information, and the only reason I thought it could be true is because I had my mail blocked in error for about 9 months prior to this call and may have not received the tickets. Then he told me it would be a fine of $3,500 or possibly 30 days in jail. I did not suspect anything until I asked if I could come down and talk to somebody. At that point, they were being very fishy, so I hung up and called the sheriff's office, and they stated they would never call anybody for something like that. Keep that in mind. File that away, folks. All told, they were very convincing and had all of my information, my name, my date of birth, my social, my address. They spoofed the sheriff's office phone number. They're getting very crafty these days. Figured you guys would like the story. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate the email. Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. You are up next, and we'll hear your dispatches. Plus, why are people right now running as fast as they can to return the Apple Vision Pro? There are folks who are doing this for one particular reason.
I heard a great reason.
Did you?
Yeah.
Right. Hang on to that. Let's see if they match up, because maybe there's even two. We'll get to that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Got an iPhone? Sweet. Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1.
Traveling on I-4, watch out for a bit of debris westbound near Howland Boulevard. On Florida's Turnpike, authorities are clearing up an accident after Oakland Exchange. Travel with caution through there. Expect delays due to an accident on Michigan Street eastbound before Orange Avenue. And bumper-to-bumper traffic eastbound on I-4 before US 27 and approaching State Road 429. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Florida Prepaid College Savings Plans. Florida Prepaid College Plans can be used in-state or out at public, private, trade, and technical schools nationwide. Enrolling is quick, and prepaid plans now start at just $34 a month. Florida Prepaid Open Enrollment is now.
Every parent wants to set their child up for success. Florida Prepaid is here to help. We know that planning for college now is the best foundation for your child's future success. A Florida 529 prepaid plan can be your first step to getting there. Our plans are flexible and 100% risk-free, so you'll never lose your investment. And now is the perfect time to lock in your plan because 2024 plan prices are the lowest they've been in 10 years, starting at just $34 a month. Florida Prepaid Open Enrollment is now. Enroll today.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. You deserve a ride that makes your heart skip a beat. So bring me your old ride and I'll get you way overpriced value for your clunker. Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? We kiss up to the banks and lenders who want to say yes. That's what makes us your car dealer next next door. Give it a try. Check out our brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. Fall in love with the award-winning 2024 Outlander with 0% for 60 months. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $89 per month. Trade-ins, kiss it goodbye. We'll pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law Firm of Kaufman Lind and the Under Oath podcast. Here's some more free advice. After you get into a car accident or experience any other injury, you cannot imagine what the insurance companies will do to fight your claim. They will go through your social media accounts, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or any other site you post on. They will use photos of you smiling to suggest you were not injured, that your life has not been impacted, all to avoid paying your medical expenses. Be careful when you post online. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert, and I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700. For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks vapors.
Use as directed. VapoStick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower use for adults only.
Make everything you do more epic with Spectrum Mobile and the new Samsung Galaxy S24 series with Galaxy AI. Order from Spectrum and get $700 off with a trade-in. And now, you can get Spectrum Mobile for $15 a month each when you get 2 unlimited lines. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S24 series with Galaxy AI today. Visit a Spectrum store or SpectrumMobile.com. Offer subject to change, valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Food tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And what could be better than fresh, locally grown strawberries? Free fresh, locally grown strawberries. That's right, Florida strawberries are in season and available now. And to help you make the most of it, Fresh from Florida is partnering with Kroger Delivery to offer a pound of fresh Florida strawberries free with your next $35 Kroger delivery order. Just go to Kroger.com/shopfresh by February 25th to take advantage of this delicious offer. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
That's right. He's back.
Joe Rogan Podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
You can once again listen to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
It's about transcending whatever you think you are and becoming something better.
That's what it's about.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the Joe Rogan Experience, and listen now. While you're there, check out the smartest and most listened to conspiracy podcast, Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Triple your tax refund money. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando now.
See dealer for details.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, credit. 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 That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
And you can learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. It's very easy for you to dive into that. Sabrina, did you buy C-Lane and I an Apple Vision Pro this week? We were waiting for this. We were hoping you would buy it.
Are you hacking into my bank account? Because
No.
I definitely did just buy both of you Apple Vision Pros.
Yes!
It's spelled differently. It's
How's it
Vision,
spelled?
Vision with a Y and Pro with a U.
Oh, man. Is this a Temu thing? Timu?
Yeah, but still the same. It looks the same, right? The battery
don't
pack
know.
is actual backpack.
It's like a JanSport. You toss on and okay.
It works just as well.
All right, well, we'll see if that's as good. But they said that there are folks who have bought this $3,500 Apple Vision Pro, which slowly but surely everybody on the show kind of wants one. I'm standing back and going, I don't know about this. But Sabrina would like one, especially if it's free.
Yeah.
C-Lane would also like one and is not ready to part with the $3,500. And
by the way, $3,500 is like you're not really getting it for $3,500. First of all, there's tax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is going to be significant on a $3,500 tax. But also, if you want the Apple Care on it. You're definitely gonna. I think that's like $400 or $500. Is the
Are you
Apple
saying
Care.
this is like when you go to get a car and they go starting at just $29,999?
Oh, and then the warranty.
When you get Apple Care, it doesn't cover all of your Apple devices. It's just per device.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, look at that.
I didn't know that either. But here we go, and now people
You
are
guys
running
didn't
back.
know that like if you have Apple Care on your iPhone, it doesn't cover your laptop.
I haven't gone there in so long because fortunately, so far, the Apple products I've gotten recently, knock on wood, have not needed any care from Apple.
Yeah, I haven't thought about it. Unfortunately, fortunately, because otherwise things would have been breaking. I'm doing all right over here. Knock on wood. Knock on all of the wood. But people are running back to the Apple Store. Why? Because the 14-day return period expires this week for people who got those day one Vision Pro units. And a lot of people, they bought this, and I think some of these folks bought this, and they were like, I'm going to play with this for 14 days and return it.
That is exactly what is going on.
Yeah, I think there's some of that going on. Now, they have all sorts of excuses. These folks are saying, well, the Vision Pro, it hurts my neck. It's uncomfortable. I don't want it any longer. I want my $4,000 back. I think that latter one is really the biggest issue that they're facing.
But this is good news for us, right? Because if they want to sell it again, that's going to go under the refurbished category, right?
I would guess so, yeah. They can't just put that back up as a brand new item there. They're going to have to take that back in and sell it as a discount. Open box item, baby. That's the way they would do that. That's a hell of a lot cheaper, one would hope. But there's some dissatisfied. I'll put that in air quotes. It's like the people who go to Applebee's and they order the Fiesta Lime Chicken and they order a margarita.
This is a very specific example.
Yep, I've had that Fiesta Lime Chicken many, many times. Many times. Did not know it was microwaved in a bag for years and years and years. Thought it was fancy. Thought there was a chef with a little fancy hat, a ratatouille guy back there making
Just
it. But no.
zesting some limes there.
No limes were zested in the process. This was like a lean cuisine, essentially. But you see somebody order that Fiesta Lime Chicken. They got their margarita and with like 2 or 3 other people at the table. They all eat all of their food, and they go, this is gross. There was a hair in mine. And you go, but you ate the whole thing. You ate all the food. And they go, I want my money back. I'm going to write a bad review. And the person contacts their boss, and the boss just goes, just give it to him for free. Just give it to him. We don't want the problems from corporate over the bad review. And they give them their meal for free. This is what people are doing with the Apple Vision Pro. They got to use it for 14 days.
They're not getting it for free.
Well, when they return it, they are. Like they got to play with it for free. They had to rent it, kind of. They had to put some money down to hold that thing.
It says some admit they purchased the headset with the intention of returning it, just to play with its capabilities. Quote, Apple is crazy if they think I'd pay $4,000 for it, unquote, says Matt Schneider, a Vision Pro customer who enjoyed using it to scroll through Instagram and watch YouTube.
Oh, God. Well, look, this is what people do. Have you guys ever done that? Be honest. Have you ever bought anything knowing full well you were going to use it real quick and then just return it and get your money back?
Oh, for sure.
I have not. I can't remember a time where I've done that.
I know somebody.
But I know some people that do it
all the time.
Well, we know Sabrina. What did you get, Sabrina? What did you get that you returned?
Gosh, I mean, it has been a long time. So right off the bat, I am not familiar. I'm just thinking of one example of someone I know that, I mean, it is consistently, especially in the wintertime, that they order a bunch of winter clothes, use them, and then return them. But they're like,
Okay.
I'll keep one thing so that they're not flagged on their account, and it's been working for years.
Because I think the most common thing will probably be like if somebody has to go to a fancy event, they'll go get an expensive suit or outfit or dress or what have you, and they'll put it on, look all fancy for their event, and they'll bring it back and they'll go, it doesn't fit right. Sorry, I need to return this.
New Year's Eve 2019, some people very close to me were throwing because it was going to be 2020, a 20s themed New Year's Eve party. And it was going to be like, but the roaring 20s. So you're dressing like flappers and stuff like that. And they bought a toy Tommy gun to take pictures with. And he put electrical tape over the little orange part that makes it look like it, tells you it's a toy. And they just took a bunch of pictures with it, put it right back in the box and sent it back to Amazon.
I don't have it in me to do it. I wish I did. I don't have it in me to do it, though. Arnott on YouTube says, I had a friend that used to do it all the time. Buy a tent, go camping, and then return it. It's a dick move. Noel on YouTube says, no, I'm too embarrassed to go return something.
Amazon, it's no skin off their tees. I mean,
they don't know.
Most of the time when you return something to Amazon, it goes into a giant bin that someone pays $5 for. Like, they don't even do that return.
Yeah, but hold on. That doesn't mean it's right or wrong. Right? Just because Amazon's a big, giant corporation and they don't feel the financial pain. I get all that. It's not wrong. But is it the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do?
Gary on YouTube is talking about the very classic reason people would do this. It was buying a giant TV for their Super Bowl party and returning it the next day.
Yeah,
there was a huge crackdown on that in the big box stores like forever ago.
Yeah, Go for the Oats on Twitch says, I did that when we had people visit one time. We didn't have tables and chairs yet. We went to Walmart and bought them and we returned them after the party.
Nice.
There's a lot of you that were into this. And I ask you, not whether it's something you can excuse. Everybody can make up a million excuses about things. But is it morally right or wrong to do so? And I would argue that it's morally wrong to do it, but a lot of people don't care. A lot of people don't care.
The morals with who? Corporate?
Yeah, you can have morals with just interactions with business. I think that is
it morally right for them to charge a ridiculous amount for something they paid 5 cents to produce?
You don't have to pay for it then. So what they would argue is this. They would argue if you buy something and then for a legitimate reason you want to return it, then you should be able to return it. But if you buy something fully knowing inside your head, your heart, your mind, all this, that you are intending to return this thing and never intended to keep it, then that is a wrong move on your part.
Oh,
that would be the claim.
So. I disagree.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
All right. Okay. You're fine with it.
If I'm doing it because some sweet old lady who's had this, mom and pop shop for many years, and I'm like, when she's done with all this hard work, I'm going to bring it right back. That's when the moral police comes in.
All right. Let's say you go into Walmart, and when you go into Walmart, you just steal a dress. Right? You just take the dress and you leave and you're out of there and you're like, Walmart's not going to notice this. Walmart's a big, giant multinational corporation. And of course, you're right. Walmart's not going to notice that. In fact, they budget for people to steal a whole bunch of stuff from the Walmart. But that doesn't mean that is the right thing to do. It means it's still the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, but stealing, returning has the...
You're temporarily stealing.
Is it though? Because they also have a temporary hold with the money that I paid for. I get the money back. They also get their product back. It doesn't go in the trash.
Yeah, but they can't sell that product at the original price point that they did.
Have you been to TJ Maxx?
Well, that's a whole different. Isn't TJ Maxx all stuff that didn't sell from like other stores? I don't know how TJ Maxx
could be returned items. Could be. I mean, there's when you return something, it also can go back on the rack. It's way different, I think, when it comes to like Walmart and Target. But who knows?
It depends on what you get. But if you open something up and then you send it back, that company is not going to be able to sell it for the original amount that they were going to sell it for. And we can live in an excuse city with the mayor being Sabrina Ambra at the moment.
Oh, we're going to take some digs, are we?
We can live in that population. But
if you have the option to return something, that doesn't make me morally wrong.
It could. That's exactly what I was stipulating. I was saying, if you bought something, okay, let's say you buy something for Fritz's wedding. Let's say you buy a Tommy gun, just like Celine was saying, because you're going to do some fun photos.
That would be a weird thing to bring to his wedding. Go ahead.
Celine just laid out a whole story that made this make sense. So let's say you did that, and you brought the Tommy gun there, and you were like, I might keep this thing. Let me see if it's like well-made, and if it's nice, and if it is, then I'll keep it. And if you have that intent in your mind, then I think you're morally in the right. But if you the whole time know that you're going to use the thing and then send it back, then I don't think so. I think it's different.
All right, someone spends a bunch of money to give you a gift, Sean, and you receive it, and you throw it immediately in the trash.
Yep.
Is that morally okay?
That's
considering that the person worked very hard and had great intentions of giving you this gift, and you just toss it right in the trash.
This is not a moral question. That's am I being an asshole? And yes, I was absolutely being an asshole when I did that. Yes, absolutely. This is a true story. Actually happened. I did it. And I wouldn't say many a times. I wouldn't say many a times. All right. I'm giving you that you're not wrong and suggesting that has happened before. But that's not what morals are about. Morals are completely different. It's a set of guidelines that you live your life by, as opposed to just being a dick, which, every once in a while, I think people are dicks, myself included. Trying to get better on that, folks. One thing at a time, one day at a time.
A lot of people who are, like paying attention to what's going on with Vision Pro. And remember we talked about how Zuckerberg, personally made a video where he said that the Quest is better?
Yes.
A lot of people are calling that his Steve Ballmer moment because when the iPhone was announced, Steve Ballmer, who was still with big in Microsoft at the time, was laughing it off, saying $500 fully subsidized with a plan that's the most expensive phone, and it doesn't appeal to business customers because it doesn't have a keyboard, which makes it not a very good email machine.
And he was right. Look at him. That's why everybody has Windows phones now. It worked out for him. What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, we'll get to a problem with a student at school that we need to discuss. And the guy from Hot Ones is under fire himself for one time. We'll see if we can get to that. We got a lot to talk about, so everything will land in some place. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast as we look ahead for the rest of your Friday and into the weekend. And for today, despite the fact that we've seen some sunshine today, clouds will increase, and that will be ahead of tomorrow's rainmaker. But until then, plan for highs today to climb into the mid to upper 70s with a high of 78 degrees for Orlando. As we head into the weekend, though, rain chances will be on the rise along with chilly temperatures and gusty winds. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This weekend, get some of that stuff crossed off your to-do list. I know it's been stacking up, and you said, in 2024, I'm finally going to fix my air conditioner. You've been able to coast on this because it's been nice and cool, but it's not going to be that way for much longer. So it's time to go to the company that you can trust, and that is Mills Air, a company that so many people have trusted over the years, and that's why they've been around since 1992. That's over 32 years of experience in keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs, you will love them. They are the best. They will explain things in a way that makes sense. And they are very, very respectful. Everyone that I've worked with at Mills Air, truly respectful in your house, and they treat you the right way, which I absolutely love. They're a Carrier, a factory authorized dealer. So if you want to get big savings toward a new Carrier unit that could save you money every single month on your power bill, Mills Air can help you out with that. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Dun Kings. Boston just birthed the biggest man-boy band of now time. They're fearless, a little reluctant, and creating a whole new genre of music for the year 24. Oh yes, these guys are almost pop music, with a sound fueled by the Dun Kings iced coffee. Iced coffee with a French vanilla swirl, vanilla shot, sweet cold foam, and cinnamon sugar topping. Order the whole Dun Kings menu on the app for the Dun Kings iced coffee, or pop into a local Dunkin'. And don't forget to add the Munch Kings skewer. Dun Kings. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Hey, Joe Montana here. Back in my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia, a bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older, or 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like diabetes or asthma, you're at increased risk. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's K-N-O-W pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go, shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Bike Week is right around the corner. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week March 1st through the 10th. Enjoy food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership right off I-4 across from the mall at Millennia.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series is where names are made. And at Daytona, those names are bringing a whole lot of smoke. Austin wants the smoke. Justin wants the smoke. Cole and Haley, give them all the smoke. There's plenty to go around, but remember, if you can smell the smoke, that means you're not the one making it. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona, February 17th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's
I have no idea what the answer to this question is. And I've never thought about it until this very moment in time, because I'm looking at a story that I think will be interesting to discuss here in just a second. But at iHeartRadio, the company that we love, that employs us, that pays the bills around here, by the way, download the iHeartRadio app. The link for the podcast is over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thank you, iHeartRadio.
Good job, guys.
Well done. Sometimes. Oh, sometimes. The suits are. All right. I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that alone for now. Do we have a dress code at iHeartRadio? Do we have a dress code that we have to abide by?
I don't think talent does necessarily. Yeah. Sales.
Wait. So you're saying that for iHeartRadio, there's like different tiers of who is required to dress a different way? Like, so we don't have any dress code, but people who might sell ads on our shows, they have a different dress code?
I don't know for sure, but I imagine if it's probably not a requirement, but a highly recommended way of going about your wardrobe when you're going out and meeting clients or potential clients, that you're not in booty shorts or sweatpants in which you could see the outline of your genitals.
Well, let me just get ahead of something real quick, because I can see somebody listening and starting to judge based on what I'm saying right now. This is not directed at the two of you, Sabrina and Sealand. You both look fantastic today. You both look great. You got
all
good
three
outfits
of us
on.
Kind of like a blue theme going, huh? Or is that gray?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I like your jacket. I think your outfit looks nice. I'm not going at you here for any of the dress code stuff. I was just honestly wondering before we get into the story, like if Sealand wandered in and he's wearing one of those Borat bathing suits, and
they'd be like, must be a real radio guy.
It must be a bit. This must be a radio bit. Don't worry about it. Just leave him alone. I guess radio is very different, right? Like this is a different kind of job, and so requirements would be different. But for most places, you probably have some sort of dress code. And this drags back to what happens a lot. These are the most common stories we see like this. And it'll be about almost always girls who are in high school. And the school will go, whoa, hey, it's usually girls in high school or women on a plane. One of the two things. Those are the dress code things that come into the news.
Yeah, it's inappropriate because I'm feeling something weird when I'm looking at you.
The woman on the plane is like too much hanging out wherever, according to the airline. And they go, nope, can't do this. Or the girl in high school, it's like, that outfit you're wearing is too much.
I can see your knees.
This is a different one, all right? This is a different angle on this. And this is out of Michigan, where a high school cheerleader was told to cover up when she was at school. Now, here's the thing. She was wearing her cheerleading uniform on game day, which I guess was a thing that they would do. It's common for high school athletes to be instructed to wear uniforms to school on game day, regardless of the sport, right? So this happens, and it happened to Mariana, the varsity cheerleader at Pinconning High School.
We did that in high school.
You wore like clothes on game day, like the uniforms. If you're a cheerleader, you wear the cheerleading uniform.
Even
Totally
if you were
makes
on like
sense.
the basketball team, you got to wear your jersey over, with your khaki pants.
It highlights the team sports. It highlights the school spirit. It's good, right? Good stuff. They told her, can't do it. We're going to need you to put some pants on, which is hilarious to think about pants underneath a cheerleading uniform.
Yeah, that would look really odd.
That's a really stupid look. And so here's what they said. I've got the report on this in just a moment. But they said the cheerleading coach told the cheerleaders to wear their uniform to school on the day of the basketball game. And this student, she believes that in terms of the dress code, if a uniform is appropriate to be worn at a game, it should also be okay to be worn at school. They said, I called the school office and I was told they are to wear pants under their uniforms at all times. Not wearing pants is a distraction to the boys, she said. Right?
Always.
So
what a surprise.
That's the quote, at least, that the mother of this young girl, of this cheerleader, has given back. She said the school said it's a distraction to the boys. Now, the reason why I find this to be different and kind of stupid on its face is, are you suggesting that this is a distraction to the boys in class to have the cheerleader in this uniform? Meaning what? What does that imply? That implies that there's something that's visually stimulating and, let's be honest, sexual in nature about the outfit that the young woman is wearing at the school, right? So they're saying it's going to be distracting to boys because they're going to be so horned up by looking at her in this cheerleading uniform they can't contain themselves. Well, what are they saying about that very same cheerleading uniform anytime they're not in the classroom?
Yeah.
Are they saying that? No, it's totally fine for it to be sexual in nature and for it to titillate the guys, but only when the other dudes are throwing a football on the field over there.
They can be ogled on the gridiron, but that's it.
And it is bizarre. And then on top of it, the likely story here is not that one of these high school boys came up to the administrator and was like, I got a boner, dude, and it's because of that cheerleader in my class. So can you do something about it? No, it's like an adult saw that and uses that excuse, but that's the mindset. Like, did you find it a little bit sexually arousing? And maybe it's time for some self-reflection.
This is why a school needs to have firm dress code rules, okay? I would hope, are we all at least in agreement that it's fine for a school to have a dress code?
Yeah.
Right? Like some dress code. I'm not saying like everybody wears jeans and a shirt. Everybody would be in agreement. I think that like some dress code is fine. It's not okay for a student to come wearing a thong and a bra, right? Like that's the not proper attire for a school.
That'd be a fun school.
Some dress code is required. That's fine. So it's about like where you draw the line. So if a school wants to do something like this, you have to be absolutely, positively consistent. You have to say, if a girl's going to wear a skirt, it has to be X number of inches from the knees or whatever, and that's your firm rule, and that goes for the uniforms that the cheerleaders wear as well, because you can't have a loophole for that. You have to have a firm rule, and you have to enforce those rules evenly. And if you just do this weirdly for like, hey, on the field, you can wear the cheerleading uniform, but elsewhere, you can't do that. Let's see what they say on this report. The mother was very angry about this.
It's been going for a long time. Do I think it needs to be changed? Absolutely.
Some
Is that the
parents
guy from
in
Pawn
Penn
Stars?
upset.
No, it's not Rick from Pawn Stars.
They say is not up to code. The controversy erupting this week after some cheerleaders wore their new uniforms in school.
The issue was the focus.
All right, here's the cheerleading uniforms. Not that bad.
I got a boner, dude. What? I got a boner, dude.
Yeah.
I respect what you did. I would have done the same. I would have done the same.
What was that?
I got a boner, dude.
It's their skirts are short for the cheerleading outfits, but they're the cheerleading outfits. This is what you've decided that they should wear when they're cheerleading, for God's sake.
Is this the first year the school has had cheerleaders?
I don't
Brand
think
new
so.
uniforms?
No, but they are different uniforms than last year.
So why would they make them so short that they couldn't wear them at school? They're like, here's what I want you to do with the new uniforms. Make them super slutty, bro. Okay? Like really make them really slutty. But no, they can't wear them at school, obviously. Only when they're cheerleading. It's the only time you could do this. That seems dumb to me. And I get why they would be mad about that. It's like we're going to let you look what we deem to be slutty, right? We're deeming this to be too slutty. We're going to let you look that way, but only when we as a school think that you can look slutty.
The school board meeting.
Either always slutty or never slutty.
Is back from that meeting with more.
My daughter can't wear a sports bra to practice because it's inappropriate. But the gentlemen, I can be out at that soccer field or in the basketball court and the football field, and they have their shirts off.
Okay, I can attest to this, all right? I know this sounds weird, but just listen to me for a moment. I told you, we go on our walk every day. We walk past the local high school. The local high school kids are out there with their various sports teams. Right now, it's lacrosse, as I've told you.
You stared.
And I look over and see them, and they see us. You know, they see the dog. They wave at the dog sometimes.
It's a good thing they dropped those charges so that you're allowed by the local high school again.
I never had any charges. I was always allowed to go by the high school. Not that I did go by the high school. Forget it. So
there's the weird guy with his dog again. Fifth time he's came by here.
I was not alone. I was with Courtney. And so when we go by, you could see that, like, everybody out there, like the guys, if it's hot, they'll have their shirts off. And the guys are wearing just as short of shorts as girls are these days at school. And they'll all have, like, these various outfits out there. But nobody cares. Nobody's saying anything about it.
Of course
they
not.
realize that they're just wearing what they're wearing, mostly because of convenience and because they're out there performing whatever sport they're performing. So
And
it
they
doesn't
won't
seem
get
to
in
be
trouble for it.
Nobody gets in trouble. And everybody's wearing just something that works for them in that moment. And it doesn't seem to be as big of a deal anymore. Nobody's complaining. As I told you, like, it seems like things are a bit different with the coaches cursing, as I said yesterday on the show, but not at this school, I guess. And I wouldn't expect, like, Michigan to be all buttoned up, but they have an issue.
And that is a double standard, and it's a violation of our girls' civil rights.
Yeah,
Some parents in the Pinconning School District expressed their concerns about what they are calling a double standard at the high school.
When I was in school, we all wore uniforms to school for cheerleading, for game day. Now all the girls were called into the office, told they had to put pants or leggings on.
The issue arose when a student was told she was in violation of the school dress code for wearing her school-issued cheerleading.
For the record, all right, take a look at this. For those of you on YouTube and Twitch, everybody else, I'll explain it. It looks to me, tell me if I'm wrong, looks to me like these are those skirts that appear to be short, but they have, like, shorts built in underneath them.
Skort.
Right? Yeah, it's like a skort thing. So even if this girl fell on the floor in the school, you're not going to see anything. Everything's covered up. It's just as if she was wearing shorts, but it's like a little portion of, like, a skirt that hangs down a tiny bit lower.
Right.
That's what she's wearing. So that's even, I mean, this is not like a graphic thing to me.
There is a double
perhaps.
standard. And I mean, who made the complaint? And
I don't know. It doesn't
do
say.
they do this often? Is this the, like, known stickler of the uniform code in the school, or is this all of a sudden? Is this girl being singled out? There's a double standard. We have this conversation every single year. You know that?
They said that the cheerleading coach told the cheerleaders to wear their uniform, right? Like everybody does on that day, okay? And then they don't talk about who caused the next issue. Who was the one who was the friction in this case, who said, nope, we can't do this. I'm fine with them having a dress code if they want to. I just think it needs to be consistent. And you can't just go, the cheerleaders are a little too hot.
And you can't really go after the students for this. You should be going straight to the cheerleading coach or, whoever's enforcing this, if it's a teacher, say.
Well, then no one gets to wear their uniforms during the day. If are the football players wearing their uniforms when it comes to game day?
I would imagine.
Are we looking at all the teachers as well and their outfits? Like, it's just, like I said, we do this every single year. I remember in high school, it was, I was on the flag football team, and all the games that the football players had, they wore ties. So the girls, for their big game, we all wore ties. And we all got called out of class and got reamed by the principal, who also wore a tie every once in a while and was a female and was like, that's inappropriate. You're ladies. That's not what you're supposed to be doing, blah, blah, blah. So it's like this unfairness and this conversation will continue until the end of time, it seems like.
I don't think it has to, though. I think that,
Neither do I, but let's be honest here.
I don't even think it's about, like, sexism necessarily. I think it's about where you line up people in a classroom, and the guys are never going to have a problem with their uniforms. So in that case, it would be about, like, men and women, in so much as the men's uniforms are never going to be in violation of anything ever that comes up, unless it's like they're not going to say guys can't show their arms. Like a guy, I'm sure, can probably even wear a tank top. Maybe that's not true. Maybe I'm wrong about that. If so, let me know. But go to thenewsjunkie.com and tell us how you feel. What do you think about this? You know what? We're going to save this.
I do have our dress code here.
Oh, do you?
It's not really. It's 3 small paragraphs.
Oh, gosh.
All right, hang on
I'm
to that.
scared.
Yeah, hang on to that. We'll see if any of us are in violation of the dress code
You're home.
today.
You could change.
Still,
I'm screwed.
I don't want them to zap me out here. Okay, we want to hear from you. So do join us on the show. I'll save this story about the host of Hot Ones. We'll get to that eventually here on the program today. And we want to hear from you. So go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, a mother is very angry, and maybe she's right to be. And also, Just Okay 8 is around the corner.
Yeah.
Got some weird little interesting things you just might want to know. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's still bumper-to-bumper traffic due to that accident on Florida's Turnpike. Expect delays northbound between Colonial Drive and approaching County Road 561. There's debris in the roadways on I-4 westbound near Howland Boulevard. Travel with caution through there. And authorities are clearing up an accident on Michigan Street eastbound before Orange Avenue. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Celebrate the Scottish culture in Mount Dora with bagpipers, Highland athletics, Celtic music, dancing, society and heritage, clan village, shortbread contests, and much more. Enjoy Scottish music, Highland dancing, tartan parade, pipes and drums performances, kids' activities, food and beverage vendors, merchandise vendors, and society tents. There will be vendors selling their wares along with food and drinks. This is a family-friendly event for residents and visitors. Join the Monsters in the Morning as they broadcast live from Pisces Rising as they help kick off this special weekend in Mount Dora, Friday, February 16th. Get more details at realradio.fm/events.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
Well, hello there. Join me at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to celebrate a new era in gaming with live craps, roulette, and sports betting now available to go along with the biggest selection of slots in South Florida. Plus, all your other favorite table games. Complement your night with my award-winning fine dining and casual fare options, lively bars and lounges, or catch your favorite A-list entertainer at Hard Rock Live. Discover your rhythm today. Go to hardrockholly.com. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, are you planning to get an updated COVID-19 vaccine?
Yep. I don't want to get seriously sick and miss out on spending time with friends and family.
Does it cost a lot? I don't have insurance.
If you don't have health insurance, or if your insurance doesn't cover an updated COVID-19 vaccine, you can get one for free with the Bridge Access program. Just look for places that participate in Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
Sounds good. Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
A message from CDC.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This
No, I like to have it on. I like to judge those around me because I find myself to be better than them. You know, I just find myself, and I think if you look around and you don't find yourself to be better than most of the people around you, man, it's not a high bar.
Sucks for you. Sad.
It is not a very high bar. I just wander around. I see more people every single day. Just to be real with you, where I go, I don't know how you exist. I don't know how you manage to like pay your power bill.
How do you even exist?
How do you function as a human being?
Kill yourself.
Whoa. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. I thought I was just going with a theme here. Judging
Oh, no.
My bad.
That's a different hat. That's
Retraction.
the executioner hat kind of thing you're putting on there. But tell me who you
Took
think.
that one a little far.
I do not want to get on your bad side.
I was just kidding. I would never want anyone to kill themselves. Talk to somebody before. Thank you.
All right. Let's put us all in this situation, okay? You
Got him.
killed Zealand. this was
Wait,
down.
why are you celebrating that?
Because when I get a good laugh out of you, that means I'm actually being funny. Come on.
He's
celebrating
half
killing
dying.
me.
Okay, all right. We're all going to place some judgment. Everybody on chat, everybody on dispatches, you in your head. I want you to place some judgment on this situation and tell me who is in the wrong or the right here. There was somebody named Bryn Chilson who shared a moment that happened to her when she sat down at a restaurant and she was with her 12-year-old child. And she said, here's what I like to order. I'd like this and this. And, my child is going to get this. And she said, my child would like one of these mocktails, please.
Okay.
It's obviously not alcoholic, so they would take one of the mocktails. And they said there was they filmed the conversation with the server and everything. And when
All right. Judgment number one.
you're
You're setting this up.
Yeah, they knew that this was going to go viral. This was after they were confronted with the moment where they realized that the server came back and it was an alcoholic drink that they brought for the 12-year-old, right?
Whoopsie.
So she says, I'm not really happy because you almost gave a 12-year-old an alcoholic drink. The server says, no, I took the drink back. And she said, I know, but you would have to ID her or anything for her to even order. Bryn is visibly upset and perplexed how such a mistake could happen. She goes on to remind the server that they offered the drink off the mocktail menu. The server explains the mocktail menu has an option to spike the drink. Bryn says she did not spike the drink.
Mocktail menu.
Yeah.
That's like, we have a non-alcoholic beer, but if you shake it real hard, it becomes alcoholic. Like, this seems dangerous.
Go
Why
from
are you
mock
doing
to
this?
cock. All you need is a floater.
As they say. Bryn says she did not spike the drink and notes again, if she chose to spike the drink, her child should have been ID'd. This child was, again, just 12 years old. So she provided more context as to why her child ordered a mocktail in the first place. Let's stop there on our judgy journey here. Is it weird, wrong, or otherwise bad in some way if you're a parent and you're at a restaurant and you order one of the mocktails as a drink for your child?
No.
Okay? I'm going to say absolutely no, because I think all of us grew up with, at the very least, stuff like Shirley Temples, which a Shirley Temple is 100% a mocktail. It's just like a common thing that a kid can have. It was fun for kids to have.
What is that?
And it was a
Sprite and
mocktail.
grenadine?
Yes.
I think so. With like a chair, like a little cherry or something they pop in it. And that is a mocktail. And mocktails are clearly meant to be non-alcoholic drinks. It's just a kind of a trendy way to refer to just like a fruit drink or like some kind of drink that does not contain alcohol. In life, there are two types of drinks. There are soft drinks and there are hard drinks. Hard drinks are alcoholic. Soft drinks are not. Soft drinks are anything else, including like these mocktails. And so if you're a parent and you see that it doesn't have alcohol, ordering a fruit drink for your kid is not a bad thing, right? I think we're all in agreement there. I don't think she did anything wrong.
Unless we're starting to go down the, well, they shouldn't have sugar kind of route.
No,
Then we're like over-parenting now.
Yeah, forget that. So if we take this to the next stretch here, and somebody would go, well, if you order your child a mocktail, you're risking them accidentally putting alcohol in it. I would disagree on that as well.
Yeah, that is up to the bartenders and the servers to double check on that.
And not only like double check, like, okay, let's, like, this is important. This is super important. Not even just because it might be a 12-year-old. What if somebody, God forbid, is a really, really bad alcoholic?
Yeah.
And they decided to quit drinking. It's still okay for that person to order mocktails. I don't think that's wrong of them to do. But they're 1,000% expecting that you make sure that there's no alcohol in their drink. I don't see how you could put this on anybody else other than the restaurant, the server, the people who poured the drink, et cetera, et cetera. That's where I see all of the blame going here. But there were people who were like, order a mocktail and get a cocktail. Big surprise. This is just bad parenting at work. Blah, 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 blah. All these stupid people with stupid judgments, which is why I look around me and say that most people are, in fact, stupid.
I mean,
there's where the judgment comes from.
This is a little similar, I mean, to the discussion we had not too long ago about Dax Shepard and how his kids like the fake beer that he drinks.
Right.
I mean, you know, the non-alcoholic beer.
Non-alcoholic, yeah, right. And it's not, there's no alcohol in the drink, or I mean, is there like an iota of like a tiny...
I would imagine for somebody like Dax, who is very openly struggled with addiction issues, he would probably go for the non-alcoholic beer that's 0.0.
Right.
Like my wife did that when she was pregnant. She didn't want to do the one that was like 0.5 or 0.05 or whatever. She wanted to try the hardest to stick to absolutely zero alcohol. But you know, there could be an argument that it would be bad if you were giving the kid the one that has the little trace of alcohol. But if it's a 0.0, you know, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
The only thing that's bad there is the optics.
Yeah,
because it would be like if the little kid has a non-alcoholic Heineken and it's a 12-year-old drinking a non-alcoholic Heineken, the optics look like the kid's drinking a beer, and somebody would make the absolutely brain-dead, smooth brain argument that if a kid is drinking something that looks like an alcoholic beverage, that's going to lead them to drinking alcoholic beverages in the future. Because every kid who ever had a root beer went on to drink beer, right? Like, it's just, these kind of things are kind of weird to me.
Gross.
I'm not with it either. I don't. My dad, like, what's the other stuff? Not root beer. It's like
Dr.
root
Pepper?
beer. No, it's like root beer adjacent. It's another kind of thing that's like root beer. Oh God, whatever he used to drink was the worst, man.
It's not a name brand. There's like this is the name of a drink.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know. I mean,
I won't touch root beer, respectfully to whoever loves it. I think it's disgusting.
Unless it's a Key West root beer.
And when you ask for like a Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb, and they're like, we don't have that, but we have root beer, it makes me want to throw my water in their face. Mm-hmm. You know that those are not even similar whatsoever. It's
they
like
are to
mayonnaise
me.
versus.
They are to me because I
No
hate both of
way.
them.
Oh, right. You hate Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
3 different flavors.
I think
find the 24th one.
I think
Or
sarsaparilla.
maybe we should have stuck to one.
Oh,
people are saying sarsaparilla or birch beer.
No, I think it might have been sarsaparilla because this was way back in the day, and it was whatever it was. It was gross.
I don't even know if I've had sarsaparilla.
I think it's harder to find now. I just know it by name mostly. Anyhow, let us know what you think about this. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. I don't want to blow this story because I know Sabrina has the hot one story in the next episode, and I don't have enough time to talk about it here, really. But I do like that there's stories about this guy where finally, I don't know if this is controversial, but like, that guy was kind of untouchable for a little while. Sean Evans from Hot Ones, it was like, oh, he's just like a sweet little guy, nothing controversial.
Super nice, great interview. This latest story about him is looking like a dick move. A lot of people are calling it a dick move.
So it looks like he did something wrong.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hold on to that. We'll talk about it in the next episode, which is coming up before too long in the show.
Because people are talking about cream soda too.
Oh, that's not
cream soda.
Yeah, people will drink all of these things. So they line up. My God, the butterbeer stuff, the Harry Potter place, not for me. But my God, lines for days for this stuff. Some of you guys are absolutely wild and out of control. Obi-Wan Cannoli says, at the News Junkie, will you do a push-up if we get to 40? Oh, you talking about Twitch? No, I don't know if I can stop. I think I got it in me to do one now. I think I've built the system back up.
Take the wide shot. Let's do it.
I think I could do one. And Courtney was like, how far down do you go when you do these push-ups? And I said, all the way, baby.
Oh.
I'm going all the way. And she's like, oh, yeah.
They had that same discussion on their first date.
Get out of here. All right. Quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from you because, you know what? Let's work in some dispatches. We got to do this. I haven't played any, and I know that we have a little tiny bit of time.
You say that every day.
I'm working on it. Here we go. All right. Here is Millen Surfer. It says moving. Just a shout out. Okay.
Yo, good time of day. Good morning.
You too.
Whatever day of week it is.
Right.
Hey, C-Lane, what up, bro?
What up?
Sab, love you, girl.
Hey, love you too.
Sean, what up, bro?
Hey, man.
I'm just giving my shout out. I'm moving to Pennsylvania here in about 1.5 weeks.
Oh, good. I mean,
I'm going to be rolling through Orlando at the beginning of March. If anyone wants to meet up, hit me up.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You guys have a great day. Love your show. I'm going to be listening on podcasts.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Good
or
luck
just
with the move.
scream. If there's any station up there that seems like they would take the show, scream at them. We could use a Pennsylvania affiliate. That would be nice.
fun.
That'd be very, very good. Okay, we could do one more. Here is the Abominable Moron. Sorry about that. The Abominable Mormon. My bad. Talking about returning stuff.
I worked at a Best Buy, and someone returned a really nice video camera and a DSLR. I'm like, okay, whatever, people return stuff. And then we look inside after they left, and in the SD card was videos and photos. So, don't know what's right, what's wrong. They those photos and videos back.
Oh,
Joke's on them.
painful mistake on their part. All right, we will take a break now, and when we come back, we will talk about this epic cruise around the world. Something has gone very, very bad. What is it? Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive westbound after Woodbury Road. Travel with caution through there. There's slowdowns. The right shoulder is blocked on Florida's Turnpike between Oakland Exchange and Hancock Road. And the left lane is blocked on Clarkona-Ocoee Road westbound at State Road 429. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is celebrating becoming the Funny Bone. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Gary Owen on February 16th and 17th.
Now, I remember my first year in the Navy, I made $24,000 for the year. I called my mom. I said, you ain't got to work no more.
Followed by Tip Harris on February 23rd and 24th. Showtimes at orlando.funnybone.com. That's orlando.funnybone.com. Come get funny at the Funny Bone.
Triple your tax refund money this month only at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. We'll triple your refund up to $10,000 when you buy a new Nissan and stretch your money further with tax time savings on new, certified, pre-owned, and used vehicles. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando now. See dealer for details.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. aspireallergy.com and tackle your allergies head on.
Hey, Joe Montana here. Back in my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia, a bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older, or 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like diabetes or asthma, you're at increased risk. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
What'd your mom pack you for lunch?
Let's see. A turkey sandwich, chips, and... Oh, fresh from Florida strawberries.
I'll trade you for some string cheese.
Sure. Here's my sandwich and my chips.
No, I want the Florida strawberries.
Seriously? No way.
Can I throw in my juice box?
You can throw in your lunchbox. You're not getting my Florida strawberries.
Pack the snacks your kids want to eat. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop.
How about my new sneakers?
Nope.
These earbuds?
Nope.
My backpack?
Nope.
Still standing, an Elton John tribute is coming to House of Blues Orlando this Saturday, February 17th. Tickets are on sale at livenation.com or at the House of Blues box office. Don't miss this phenomenal night. Still standing at House of Blues, Saturday, February 17th.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paul Anka.
And I'm Skip Bronson.
What happens when two old friends take their decades of experience in the business and sit down with our buddies?
You get Our Way, a brand new show from iHeart Podcast where we chop it up with our pals about everything under the sun.
Hear amazing guests like Jason Bateman, Michael Bublé, Mark Burnett, and many more as they sit down with Paul and Skip.
This is our podcast, and we're going to do it our way.
Listen to Our Way on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
The world awaits until you hear this. Plus, do we have a dress code here at iHeartRadio? Apparently we do, and we'll have to see if we are abiding by it. Celine's got that. I did see a story today that, for reasons that will be obvious momentarily, reminded me of Sabrina. And it was a story about how much the merch is at Taylor Swift concerts. And merch is expensive, friends. It is. Oh, it's pricey at a concert these days.
Show is.
One reason is because a lot of you don't know this, but venues are terrible. When you play at a venue, a lot of times, maybe not if you're Taylor Swift, she has a lot of power and she could get around this. But a lot of times if you play at a venue, they will enforce that they get a percentage of your merch. Sometimes it's as much as 25 or even 50% of your merch sales. So not even tickets that you're selling, but the merch that you're selling in the venue. So when the venue says, we want 50% of your merch sales, the band has to double the price of the merch to make the same amount of money. And everybody gets mad at the band instead of the venue because people don't know how to get mad at a venue. A venue is a building. We can it's great. Screaming at a venue is weird. We could scream at an artist. We could scream at Ticketmaster. Their entire business is based on being screamed at. Or we could scream at like actual human beings. We can't scream at buildings. Anyhow, I say all that to get to this. They had a lineup of the Taylor Swift merch, and hoodies were like $120 or $140, which is pretty pricey. And they had a hat was $50. So that's a little pricey. The shirts were $65. And then I saw one of these shirts and I said, what in the hell? This is amongst the Taylor Swift merch. And I said, what is this shirt about? And the shirt says, I Heart Sabrina. And you can take a look at this in front of me. It says, I Heart Sabrina. And then Sabrina is crossed out and it says, sluts.
What?
I kind of love it. What?
It says, I Heart Sabrina. And Sabrina has a line through it and it says, sluts. And I looked around a little bit more, and
Does
I guess
that hat say Dip S?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this Taylor or is this who opened up for Taylor?
This is Sabrina Carpenter, who I guess I didn't hear anything about her, but I guess she opens up for her on her tour. But I'm looking at all this Taylor Swift merch, and I was like, why does that say I Heart Sabrina? And then Sabrina's crossed out and it says sluts. And I was
Damn, I wish I came up with that idea.
It was like if you had like a group party where you went with a bunch of people around somewhere, this would be the perfect shirt.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
as long as they're all sluts.
It would be quite expensive because $50 a piece for just a white T-shirt that they're selling at these shows. Damn, they're just churning out some money at these events here for sure. All right, C-Lane, what is the dress code? You found it. We were talking earlier about like this high school where a cheerleader got in trouble. And they said you can wear the cheerleading outfit when you're on the field, but no, not in classroom. Everybody else can wear their uniforms, but you can't wear yours because it's slutty when it's in class, but it's acceptable when it's on the sideline. Now, what do we have here at iHeartRadio for our dress code?
What is it you think we have?
I think there's something about footwear, Sabrina. I don't know about you.
Footwear, I imagine.
I would hope there's nothing about footwear because I wear flip-flops.
The collared shirt.
I hope not. Collared shirts, shoot. Yeah, that's
no
not
shorts. Good. I don't know. I've been here, 11 years plus my internship. Never really talked to about my uniform.
They've never brought it up. This has never been a thing that the company has really expressed was important to us. But tell me there's a thing in there about skirts being too short or something.
Okay. I think you guys were more on the money when we first brought this up.
Because I'm wearing the sexiest skirt on Monday, if that's the truth in the dress code.
When we first brought this up, you guys had an idea of what our dress code or no dress code kind of is. And I think you were more on brand there. It says, first of all, the section's called personal appearance. It doesn't say dress code. It says, we're proud of our public image. We strive to maintain our high standards of customer service, blah, 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 blah. Because clients form their opinion of our organization through contacts with you, you're asked to use good judgment in matters of dress and appearance. Within that context, we welcome your unique professional style and expressions of your individuality. Certain business groups, like sales, may have specific guidelines about appearance depending on the amount of client contact and type of work they do, including presenting a neat, well-groomed appearance. If you have a question about what's appropriate in your area, refer to your manager. That's it.
Neat, well-groomed. That sounds a little bit like the New York Yankees dress code, like where they tell them you can't have a beard, you can't have long hair.
No, it's basically no dress code at all. It's just like, hey, if you talk to clients, you better dress nice. Your manager should tell you if you look like a schlub.
Oh, so no dress code. So C-Lane could get naked in his studio right now.
No, because that would be not appropriate. Also not well groomed.
Just to let you know. Just putting that out there. All right. Okay.
Back in our day, and it just seems so long ago that we didn't have to worry about the dress code like as much as we do now, and not really a dress code, just like how crappy are you willing to look on a video camera?
Yeah.
That's going to be streaming you the entire time.
Well,
I was like, now I'm like, oh, blush is involved in the morning.
Me too.
Kempt hair.
Hey, can I tell you something? All right. This is a true story. I was talking the other day to Courtney, and I'm like, yeah, we got the cameras on us always. And I was like, I'm trying to get some more cream that'll like make my skin look a little less red, trying to drink a little less, so that'll make my skin less red, trying to do some things. And Courtney goes, oh, there's a fantastic line of male makeup that they have. And I go, I'm not doing it. I can't bring myself to do it. I'll be bad at it. I told her the story where I wore makeup to school one time and I got bullied for it, and it's just not. It's not.
What,
not
did you
good.
wear lipstick?
No, I think I might have told this a long time ago, but I didn't know what I was doing one time, and I was keep in mind I was 13 years old, and so it was among my first times shaving. So I shaved under my chin, I shaved my neck. And I didn't use anything when I shaved. I didn't use like any shaving cream or any soap or anything. I just took the razor and shaved it.
I've done that.
And so
you have one of those like safety razors or whatever, like an old school just razor that
I was just
between two things.
It was one of my mom's extra razors that I used, like a pink razor with like a safety guard. And so I just took at it with my neck, and then I got that terrible razor burn all over my neck, and I didn't want to go like that to school because I was super embarrassed. And so my mom goes, "Here you go." And my mom put a bunch of her makeup on me, and the kids at school noticed that I was wearing makeup on my neck, and I was like, "Oh man, makeup boy," or whatever they wanted to hurl at me.
I'm sure makeup boy.
Yeah, makeup boy
was the softest of the insults hurled your way.
It was a lady man, or who knows what they wanted to talk.
Lady man?
I don't know. I'm just saying all these are possibilities. Okay. All right, we got a lot of things to get to, and we want you to join us on this show today. So please do that. We'll be gentle with you, and you can use your phone that you have right next to you, probably at all times, to record what we call a dispatch. And bam, just like that, your opinions, your thoughts, whatever you think about what we are talking about, are right here on the show alongside us. Get in front of this audience right now. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch now. I talked about this cruise around the world. It's Royal Caribbean's ultimate world cruise. They promised it would be the most epic world cruise ever. 9 months aboard Serenade of the Seas, visiting dozens of countries around the globe. They set sail from Miami, and they said just about 2 months after they set sail, their first passenger died on board the cruise line.
I mean, statistically,
it's possible
to happen, right?
9 months, that many people. Somebody's gonna die. A lot of old people go cruising.
That's like when I went to Bonnaroo, somebody died while we were there, and I was
I think when we were at Okeechobee, someone died too.
Possibly, but it's like when you move a whole city into town for the weekend.
It's gonna
if
happen.
you do the math, somebody might die.
You think on a cruise ship they have like a refrigerator that they put dead people in? Yeah, probably.
They have a morgue, I think.
Oh my God! Yeah, they would have to. It's just so many people that get on something like
Who
that.
works the morgue? Do they still go party with you when you like end up at the Bahamas for a day?
I want them to look like the most token movie mortician that you've ever seen in your entire life, and juxtapose that with like the cruise lifestyle where everybody's wearing the Tommy Bahama shirts and just hanging out in the sunshine. I like that. I watch a whole show about that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's hear from you. Let's see what you got on your mind. Maybe the cruise ship mortician is not something that you're thinking about, but you got something else you want to share with us. Here is Thunder Gatto. Here we go.
Yo, QLED News Junkies. What's up, man? Long time. The other day, y'all were talking about catching up on the podcast, but
all right, that's fine.
About the whole following your partner, you know, seeing where they're at the whole time. Yeah, it's definitely a trust issue because I was in that same situation, and it was a problem at first. I said, hey, it's not a problem till you make it a problem, but yeah, it was definitely trust. And after we had to sit down and talk,
we worked
it out, so everything's good. But yeah, definitely, it's a red flag, like Sabrina
Turn
said.
around.
Hey, y'all have a blessed weekend.
She's following you right now.
She's right behind you, sir. No, right behind him is actually Erica, talking about the Queen of Mocktails.
Hey, guys. Happy Friday.
There she is.
I just wanted to weigh in on the mocktail story. In the pre-COVID days, I bartended and served for about 15 plus years. Most recently at a now defunct Hawaiian restaurant that was on Sand Lake. I actually waited on Sean and the lovely Courtney one time.
Oh, man.
But I was the queen of mocktails there. I got tons of mocktail orders all the time, usually non-alcoholic mojitos, usually for kids, pregnant women, people who just didn't want to drink, whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
Regardless, that is completely 100 million% on the bartenders. I never, not once, put a drop of alcohol in any non-alcoholic mojito because it rang in N.A. mojito.
It's right there.
I didn't even put them in the same glass as cocktails went in, and I would taste test everything, and I mean everything, before it went out. So, yeah.
Everything.
That's right. She's getting the job done. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that, Erica. You could be next. We want to hear from you with your dispatches. But when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
Well, what's coming up on the next episode? Missing bass relocated after 50 years, and finally Paul can a slapper again. Las Vegas is opening up a new experience based on a movie where the main character kills a lot of people. So, Vegas, here we come. Plus, a boast post leads to Hot One's host unhosting his Hot One, and now he's toast. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
All right, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast as we look ahead for the rest of your Friday and into the weekend. And for today, despite the fact that we've seen some sunshine today, clouds will increase, and that will be ahead of tomorrow's rainmaker. But until then, plan for highs today to climb into the mid to upper 70s with a high of 78 degrees for Orlando. As we head into the weekend, though, rain chances will be on the rise along with chilly temperatures and gusty winds. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Don't miss huge savings on better sleep during Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. For a limited time, shop in-store to score a Sleepy's Queen mattress for only $89.99. That's over 60% off and the lowest price ever. So hurry in today. This deal is only here while supplies last.
If you're looking to refinance or buy your first dream home, then you got to work with That Mortgage Guy Don. That Mortgage Guy Don from thatmortgageguyDon.com and the Home Loans Radio Show. He is here for you. Not only is he an expert, but he's part of the Real Radio family, and he has your best interest in mind. So if you go to the website, thatmortgageguyDon.com, you get the process started today, and it's very easy to navigate through the website. And any question you have, direct access to the man himself. Check it out now, thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com. Do you have an idea for an invention or new product and don't know what to do next? Inventors. InventHelp can help you get started with your idea. Call 1-800-INVENTION or go to InventHelp.com to get your free inventor's information. They can help you try to patent your idea and submit it to companies. Get started with your idea today at InventHelp.com. InventHelp is the leading invention service company. With offices nationwide, they've been helping inventors since 1984. Inventors receive more than 10,000 patents through their patent referral services. Don't wait to get started with your idea. For free information, contact your friends at InventHelp. Go to InventHelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. That's InventHelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. They help everyday inventors just like you. Additional services include invention websites, prototype models, technical drawings, and more. They keep your idea confidential and explain every step of their invention services. Remember, that's InventHelp.com. InventHelp.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. VapoStick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower use for adults only.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Bike Week is right around the corner. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week March 1st through the 10th. Enjoy food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership right off I-4 across from the mall at Millennia.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations, like the Beatles Now and Then. Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Thank you for joining us as always. We appreciate you. We love you. And we hope that you'll be with us at Just Okay 8, which don't forget, you can get your tickets right now while they last over at realradio.fm/justokay. Sealand's just upset that you haven't gotten your tickets yet. He's just letting it out there.
That was on.
He's just so go get them, realradio.fm/justokay. We're working on a lot of fun stuff for the final month push before Just Okay 8. So we'll have some of that, a little tiny bit of that today, but mostly starting in the next 4 weeks, we'll start dropping some bombs on you and telling you all the fun stuff that's going on. Get your tickets before the prices go up at realradio.fm/justokay. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Deep, dop, doop, dop.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey. Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy, Don. Not only is he the guy, but he is the best. He is your hero when it comes to refinancing or buying your first dream home. Are you doing some debt consolidation? Then work with an expert. Work with a friend. Work with That Mortgage Guy Don by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
It was 17 years ago, 2007. This gal right here.
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears is right. And it was on this day. Gosh, time do be a-flying. She walked into a studio of some sort. A studio by the name of Esther's Haircutting Studio in California.
Oh, damn.
With a couple bodyguards and asked to have her head completely shaved. So at that moment, the salon owner refused. So what did Britney do? She took it into her own hands, like the actual pair of clippers, and started to shave her own head. She then went to a tattoo parlor where she got 2 new tattoos, a small pair of red and pink lips on her wrist, and a black and white and pink cross on her lower hip.
What a day.
Since grown her hair back, and I've really just loving everything she puts on Instagram, and I stand by it.
She needs more dances with knives.
Yeah.
Totally normal stuff.
What was the latest one, though? She was in some sort of outfit, right? Or she was flicking the camera off. There's been so many.
I don't know. It's hard to keep track of it. Is she in Los Angeles or Las Vegas?
Angeles.
I never know.
Angeles.
She is? So she
She
lives
doesn't
in
have a
LA,
residency.
and she's just like in her big house in L.A. pretty much all the time, it seems like.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of keeping track of things, the Muff Report, one of the Instagram accounts I follow, reposted a tweet by Chris DeRose. And are you ready to hurt a little bit, Celine and Sean? This show right here.
I will try not to sing out of
The Wonder Years.
The Wonder Years is right. The Wonder Years premiered 33 years ago, 1988, depicting events 20 years earlier in 1968. A similar show today would be set in 2001.
Oh, that hurts a little bit. Yeah. That makes me feel a little old.
You get by with the help of your friends, but not with stuff that makes you feel super old. Am I right, you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, Big Trouble in Bill...
Little China.
Nope. Just the life of Bill Skarsgård, and replaced China with Sweden because the guy who plays Pennywise the Clown in the It movies was busted for marijuana possession in Sweden. Wanna try a doob, Charlie?
This
Come here,
guy's great.
Charlie.
Have you seen him
Is
in
it
anything
Charlie?
else rather than Pennywise? Have you seen him in other things?
I feel like there was one. I've seen his interviews.
Or in It, I should say.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of shows, and he has this, like, he can't shake the fact that he has a very scary appearance. Like, he's a tall, thin, lanky, very pale man.
So is his brother. You know his brother, right? Is
No.
the one that was in Pretty Little Lies.
I haven't seen that.
God, you've definitely seen him in other stuff. Skarsgård as well. I
A
forget.
lot of
his first name.
Skarsgårds out there.
But what does he do? This William, this Bill Skarsgård. He just takes it all in as far as his scary appearance.
No, he's been in a bunch of stuff that I've enjoyed. He's a really good actor, actually. Like, I don't know. People just kind of put him with the Pennywise stuff, but I've seen him in a bunch of stuff where he was really impressive.
Well, he's not good at acting like he doesn't have weed on him because he was caught
True.
at the airport in Stockholm with 2.3 grams of pot. Oh, my God. Which is like nothing.
That's not a lot, no.
This actually happened back in October, but now the U.S. is, I guess, getting the news. He was sentenced this week. They made him pay a fine of 40,000 Swedish krona.
How much are those things worth? Want me to look it up?
Isn't Swedish Corona just like the Mexican one?
Kind of, except the story all starts in it being just 3,825 USD.
That's still a lot for a little tiny bit of weed, though. That's crazy.
Bill and the rest of the family, famous acting family, mind you, are from Sweden. So he is up for 2 upcoming remakes of The Crow and Nosferatu. And now that he's paid off that bad weed crime, he can move on. And I don't know if Hot Ones host is going to move on because he is in a hot spot.
Oh, finally some dirt on this guy.
So it was revealed on Valentine's Day after what they call a boast post on his end that he was dating Melissa Stratton. She is an adult film star, a very beautiful lady. And I guess it was on the down low up until last week where they attended several public events at the Super Bowl together. Eventually, the tabloids caught on, reported the two had been dating, instantly went viral. I mean, I remember seeing it during my prep, like, he's dating a porn star.
I saw that too. There was a lot of, it was like Hot Ones guy and porn star seen at Super Bowl.
How
blah,
hot
blah,
can
blah.
it get? Well, a day after the reports went viral, he broke up with her because he felt their relationship had gotten too public. Sources close to Melissa say that...
Bro, you went to the Super Bowl with her.
That's the biggest event. Also, the highest rated watched viewership event in television history.
You wanted to have a private relationship with a woman, so you took her to an event that 120 million people were going to watch?
Oopsie.
That doesn't make much sense.
So he called her up on Valentine's Day, apparently, and broke up with her, telling her he wanted to call it quits because of the media attention they were getting. Sean expressed to Melissa he wanted to keep his love life more under wraps. So once again, why are you going to all these public events?
That's dumb. Honestly, I didn't even know it was about that until right now. I just saw the headline.
Found his reasoning, Melissa, apparently, found it very odd for a few reasons. He knew what she did for a living when they started seeing each other. He invited her to the multiple public events in which they were all seen and took photos with her. He didn't seem to agree, I guess, with that. And she decided to post on social media with, I've got a better bald man.
Oh,
so
damn.
To see ya, to get spicy with. And I guess posted.
Who is that?
At most talented bald man.
Oh, okay.
So I guess.
Oh, that's a fellow porn star, Johnny Sins.
Oh, Johnny Sins.
Yeah.
We know Johnny Sins.
The searches on Pornhub for Melissa Stratton since all this, what came out that she was dating Sean Evans, have gone up a staggering 1,217%.
Whoa.
Damn.
Boner alert.
Man.
Speaking of staggering amount, we move on to this guy right here.
Oh, that's Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart is right. Sean, you got the point, finally.
Nailed it.
And he has now joined the ranks of all the other legendary singers who sell their catalogs because it has just hit the news. Iconic artists. He has sold his catalog for how much? That is some of the best music, the publishing and recorded music, his likeness rights, according to Wall Street Journal. How much did he sell it for?
Oh, man. His likeness, his rights, Rod Stewart. I'm going to get this totally wrong, but I'm going to say $8 million.
How much?
$8 million.
$8 million? Sean,
yeah, $8 million.
really?
That's a good. He's famous as hell.
$400 million.
Oh, that is way too high. All right, $100 million is what they sold it for. It's still a good chunk.
That's way too much.
Why?
For the likeness of Rod Stewart?
Like, for his catalog?
No.
It's his 60th year in the music industry.
Hold on. These are two very different things. Is this for his music catalog or for the right to make a movie about Rod Stewart?
No, this is for his publishing catalog and recorded music.
Oh, okay. Then I totally misunderstood. I thought you meant like the rights to do a movie about or any kind of media presentation about Rod Stewart. And if it was $100 million, you would never make that money back. That would be a disaster. But yeah, his music catalog, definitely. He's got Maggie May and
And
All them other ones.
The one she literally just played.
If
Name
you like
it.
my body and
No.
you think I'm sexy,
Do you think I'm
Do you
sexy?
think I'm sexy?
There you go. This deal comes
I
as
sing it differently. You guys can do it however you want
if
to.
you
okay?
think my body. Do you
That's
think
not what
I'm
I said.
sexy?
I said if you like my body and you think I'm sexy.
Come on, sugar.
Someone grab
That
that,
one.
and make the remix, please. All right, so this company that bought it, this now has them raising more than $1 billion in new capital for future catalog investments. While the number on the deal is significantly less than those of Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, even Genesis, who reap between $700 million and $300 million for a multitude of rights, Stewart, at 79, has written fewer hits than those artists. They say that his 6-decade catalog includes 10 number one albums and his work with the Jeff Beck Group and the Faces. So there you have it. Congratulations. And when it comes to Rod Stewart, there are many faces that he recognizes, but there's one that he apparently hates, and that's Ed Sheeran. He was
What?
Yeah. So
You shut it up, Rod.
he's gonna release
That's what
Swing
people
Fever.
say.
Swing Fever, a new Rod Stewart album. It's going to be big band covers with Jules Holland and his Rhythm and Blues Orchestra. And to promote it, he was talking to The Times, and he's responding to a question on whether timeless songs are still being made. And he said, I'm sure there are. Can you name any songs that will still be played in 50 years? And he goes, well, I like what's his name. He's British, really talented. His songs will be around. The New York Times or The Times said Ed Sheeran, and he goes, no, not Ed. I don't know any of his songs. Old Ginger Bollocks, Jesus.
Damn. Man.
Ouch. Do you think I'm sexy
painful.
or what?
Do you guys think if we pooled all our money together, we could buy the rights to any song? Like, could we get anything?
You won't even get Vision Pros pulling our money together. What are you talking about?
I think it would be cool if we owned a song. Everybody else is buying all these musicians' catalogs. Could we get like something more obscure? Like Len, Steal My Sunshine. How much could that possibly be, right? That's a jam.
I think it'd still be a bunch of money. I'm
You
wondering,
think it'd still be like
who
six
have we
figures?
not heard from in so long.
Yeah, but the song is good. Like the song is catchy and people know it, but it's going to be cheap enough so we can buy it.
I know. There's a band. I actually have seen them before, and I would look forward to them playing Earth Day Birthday this year.
Okay.
Jimmy's Chicken Shack. Do you think we can get?
Yeah, can we get High by Jimmy's Chicken Shack? That's what
High?
we want. Isn't that one of theirs?
Oh no, I like Do
thought you were
Right.
just-
Let me see.
Well,
Jimmy's.
look at that. We got 2 songs on the board, and I know neither of them. Now, you do know Paul McCartney, right, in his songs?
Yeah, of course. He's famous.
Well, I guess he lost a boss not too long ago. The Hofner bass has been located and returned 50 years after it was stolen. It's been called the most important bass in history because it was used to create and record so many of the Beatles songs. And whoever returned it might be using it to audition for this guy's son's band. Wait for it.
Oh, Metallica.
Metallica is right.
Hetfield?
Bastardane is the name of his son's band, and they're holding open bass auditions, meaning it could be your chance to rock out with the guy whose dad is famous. All you need is to live in Los Angeles, be available for rehearsals and shows, know how to play bass, and most importantly, be cool.
Oh, I got that one.
So all that information on Google.com.
Cool beans.
Have a... And you ruined my
I
segment.
thought we were bringing it back. I thought we were bringing Cool Beans back.
Wait, you told me we couldn't bring it back.
Yeah, that was bad back. No backing.
Do you guys think I'm in charge of bringing things back? Because
Indeed.
I have some news for you. I'm not the one who's in charge of bringing things back.
I have some news
Definitely
for
not
you.
sexy.
Do you think I'm sexy?
You know what? I got something for you, buddy.
Whoa, whoa,
Right
you're
there.
crazy.
That's from me to you.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber. Give me a follow, huh? And most importantly, stay with me, Maggie.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, this week in Florida, the most Cool Beans edition that you've
You're
ever
really
heard
making
in
it
your
worse.
life.
We're doing it. We're really doing it.
All them beans ain't never been as cool as they're about to be on This Week in Florida,
No,
which is coming
stop
up
doing
next.
it. Let's stop. We're stopping it.
The beans are going back in the can.
I killed it pretty quick. So coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, there's a bit of delays eastbound before US 27 and approaching Sand Lake Road. Westbound, you can expect those kind of delays as well. Through the city, there's congestion westbound on I-4 between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. And authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive westbound after Woodbury Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Going stir crazy with your pet? Invisible Fence brand works in any weather so you can stay warm while your dog gets their energy out in the yard. Their local pet experts work with you to create a customized solution tailored to fit your pet. Learn more about how pets like yours gain independence at InvisibleFence.com.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Scott for Scots here. Your lawn is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollarweed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S. It kills dollarweed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Well, hello there. Join me at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to celebrate a new era in gaming with live craps, roulette, and sports betting now available to go along with the biggest selection of slots in South Florida. Plus, all your other favorite table games. Complement your night with my award-winning fine dining and casual fare options, lively bars and lounges, or catch your favorite A-list entertainer at Hard Rock Live. Discover your rhythm today. Go to hardrockholly.com. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Hey there, it's Russ Rollins. I'm talking to all the homeowners out there who are tired of staring at their cold swimming pools. It's time to stop wasting money on a pool that you can't use. With Solar Source, you can enjoy your pool year-round like I do. Top 5 things Solar Source customers do after solar heating their pools? Well, spend time with your family. Go nighttime swimming. You got movie nights in the pool. You got water workouts and much more. Friends of mine, friends of Russ Rollins, can save big money when scheduling a free consultation today at solarsource.com/monsters. Don't wait any longer. Start enjoying your pool again with Solar Source.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic. because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Hey, are you planning to get an updated COVID-19 vaccine?
Yep. I don't want to get seriously sick and miss out on spending time with friends and family.
Does it cost a lot? I don't have insurance.
If you don't have health insurance, or if your insurance doesn't cover an updated COVID-19 vaccine, you can get one for free with the Bridge Access program. Just look for places that participate in Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
Sounds good. Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
A message from CDC.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower use for adults only.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the
I have a super duper inappropriate question that I want to ask. It's kind of an inside baseball thing, and I know it's not appropriate, but I still want to know the answer. And if I can't get the answer, I want to know when it's appropriate for me to ask the answer. Does that make sense?
I mean, it's a good preface.
All right, let me say this.
Is this something we should have done during the break?
That's a great question that I feel like I ask quite often to Sean.
We are here to do one thing and one thing only, and that is create content. We are here to make content for the people.
It's still around.
The masses love this stuff. So I want to say that, and I don't mean this to be crass in any way, but we at iHeartRadio, the radio station, used to broadcast out of a different studio.
That is right.
We used to broadcast out of a different studio. We were there for a very long time. It was kind of a nice setup. We had lots of different rooms that we could operate in.
When we first started, it was the same setup that those in the early 90s had. It was crusty buttons, and then they redid the whole thing.
Yeah,
Remember
but it
that?
was nice because, like, Sabrina was in one room, like a master control room. I was in, because all the other radio hosts have so many other people, I had this big, giant, long room all by myself.
Yeah.
And I was at the end of this table, like miles away from everybody.
When we very first started, I was in that same room with you. And then, then I moved,
And then you moved. You're in master control. I was in the main room, and then C-Lane was in the secondary studio, which is looking in on it, and everybody could see each other, and it's like real great setup.
Yeah.
And then with all of the beautiful ideas that they had in mind, the suits decided to rearrange the building, and pandemics happen, all that stuff happens. And so things kind of get thrown sideways. They decided at one point to move us to another location, which is sort of like a weird studio, to be honest with you. It's kind of a little strange setup. We get the job done. We'll get the job done no matter what. You can put us all in different corners of the globe, and we're going to get the job done. That's why when you guys freak out about something,
though.
You might be, but when the audience freaks out, they're like, "What are they doing to the show? What are the suits doing to the show?" It's like, we will get through it. We will figure out how to make it work no matter what happens. But that was a decent setup over there. In fact, we even had like nice cameras and all kinds of things that were over there that we could
they aren't
use.
there anymore.
I'm just very curious where you're going with this.
Those aren't there anymore either. They moved.
I think they went with they went to a different station. Is the last I've heard of this, and
So-
I don't know if the station's using it or not.
Now, I say this, and I mean no ill will. All right.
Okay.
The radio station that is occupying our old stomping grounds at iHeartRadio is no more. The station is unfortunately they're changing to something else. And all of our folks who were on that station, we love you. I know they're going to land on their feet because they're super talented people. And if there's anything I can do personally, please email me, and I'm happy to help in any way I can.
Wow.
But if the radio station is not going to be there anymore, do we move back to the other place?
No.
Or have you already asked?
No, I haven't asked, but there are a couple reasons why I wouldn't want to do it.
Oh,
why you wouldn't want to do it?
So wait,
Yeah.
if they were given the option, you would shut it down.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, they would have to entice me.
Oh, okay.
They would have to entice
Listen, this
me
guy.
to.
I'm C-Lane. I'm going to need to be enticed a little bit, all right?
Here's the thing.
A smidge.
They took one of those 3 rooms and gave it to a different station. So the 3 rooms were 2 different. They're 2 different stations now.
Oh, okay.
And the station is flipping. There's still going to be a station.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that, if there's local programming, they're going to want that studio. And selfishly, I would not have my own booth. So
we can't do that. We're going to need that other booth back as well, and we're going to need that to be just your booth.
Also, this is it would be a real bad time to ask because here at HQ, they just put fresh graphics on the windows of the doors.
Sure did.
Oh man,
My room now is all but one tiny window, so I could see if anything's going down outside.
All right, everything's covered.
Everything. Like if there was an emergency, I don't think I would know it.
All right, okay.
All right, look. See, that's what the door looks like now.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah.
So that would be kind of hard to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Oh, I guess we're stuck here forever. I guess this is where.
Wait, you haven't even come back here.
Yeah.
Why would I? Look at all this room I have. Oh, we're cutting into C-Lane's segment too much. We've got to get to it. Here we go. Are you ready, C-Lane?
man.
I'm
Sure,
sorry.
let's
Here we
go.
go.
Let's go.
Let's
LFG.
do. Here we go. Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend's here. It's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State. See what's going on in the past 7 days or so.
Yeah.
This Week in Florida. And my gosh, we have a new resident in Florida. Miami is welcoming their brand new billionaire. He's leaving Seattle to come down here. He's doing a complete slant down to the bottom right of the country. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No clue.
I believe it's Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos is saying goodbye to Seattle. That he was leaving there. He announced
See
on
ya.
Instagram.
See you, Jeff.
Leaving after nearly 30 years to move to Miami. And they say...
I'm sorry, I had no idea what this bed was going to bring me.
I like
just
it.
hit
It's
a
a
random
bop.
button. Yeah.
That's good.
I feel like it's like the beginning of a 90s TV show. Like I should be doing something and then look at the camera.
Jeff's
There he is.
bed.
He's doing This Week in Florida. Hey! Jeff Bezos is moving to Miami, and I don't know if this had anything to do with his decision because it's not like he needs the money, right? But the move is going to save him over $600 million in taxes.
Damn.
You see, because in 2022, Washington State imposed a new 7% capital gains tax on sales of stocks or bonds of more than $250,000. And Bezos plans to unload 50 million shares of Amazon before the 31st of January 2025, posting those sales in Florida. Going to save him $610 million. Well, love was in the air this week, right, friends?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Love was in the air.
A lot of people had good Valentine's days. This guy, not so good
I
Valentine's
had
Day,
a
but
banger of a Valentine's Day.
Good for you.
Thank you.
But he's trying. This Polk County man, Anthony Lewis, he spent his Valentine's Day in jail after Sheriff Grady Judd said he not only stole statues out of somebody's front yard, but gifted them to his ex-girlfriend in an attempt to, win back his lost love.
Wow, okay.
Lewis was riding his bicycle when he stole 2 crane statues out of a woman's front yard. The statues were provided to the victim by her deceased husband before he was deceased, of course, but they were very special to her, and he just ripped them off and gave them to his ex-girlfriend. That's where they tracked the missing statues to. The girlfriend was mortified, and they were returned to their rightful owners. The guy here, Lewis, he says they have 39 previous burglary charges on him.
Wow.
So Sheriff Judd says if this guy's in your area, he's going to steal something. Keep an eye on that one. Did you guys see this? It was kind of a horrific, sad story.
Okay.
The plane crash on I-75 over the weekend.
That was
I
bad.
don't think so.
I sent you the link. Watch the footage of it. I mean, it's amazing that I believe only the pilot and co-pilot died, and there were 3 survivors. Because when you watch the video, are you pulling it up, Sean?
Not yet. Hang on. I'm sorry, the thing is doing the same thing. I've got an issue with my display in this studio, and
Got lots of issues.
It's finicky.
Like a magazine stand over there.
His computer is working.
No, it's not working right now.
Okay, well,
Describe it.
if you
It's
watch
a giant
the video,
fireball on a plane on a highway.
the crazy part about the video is there are so many cars that don't seem to react accordingly to how I think you should. If a plane is landing on the interstate, I think a lot of them were trying to just get past it. Like if I get past, because this thing is going to stop traffic for a while.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, that thing, it stopped both sides of traffic for like the rest of the day because they have to have the NTSB out there and
It was a
investigate.
massive fireball, and like the idea of someone just using their turn signal to go around it, just to not be stuck in traffic. And then, from what I understand, there was like a civilian who had some sort of EMT training that was the reason why the other people survived.
That is fantastic for that guy. That guy's a hero.
It was a woman.
For that woman.
Just saying.
I didn't know that we were still.
Finally, women do something good. You know what I'm saying?
Get back in the kitchen.
I didn't know we were still working out all this insurrection stuff. I thought we had kind of nipped all this stuff in the bud, but they're still sentencing people for all the stuff, all the insurrecting they did, right?
Sure, yeah.
And so this is a fun headline. Gay adult film actor turned Proud Boy from Pasco gets jail time for Capitol riot. You just
all right.
didn't know that was a thing going on, but FBI arrested Stephen Miles, 40, of Zephyr Hills in April of 2022 after he was caught on camera assaulting Capitol police officers with his fellow Proud Boys.
But that's not all he did on camera, because he was assaulting something else before.
Butts,
for
I
money.
think.
Yeah.
He was reading a T-shirt. He had a jacket with his last name on it. That probably made him a little bit easier to find.
Jesus, man.
And wearing a T-shirt that
An
said,
idiot.
Trump 2020, F your feelings. A man accused of carjacking his 77-year-old grandmother has handwritten a 4-page letter apologizing for the incident.
Aww.
It is kind of a cringe read.
Go on. Page 1.
Wait, hold on. What if he actually feels remorse for doing this?
I'm sure he says the defendant stated multiple times that he felt remorseful for what happened, but would not provide any information regarding the incident itself. He wrote a 4-page apology letter to the victim, his own grandmother. Part of it, he thanks his grandmother for always forgiving him. Maybe a little kind of jumping the gun a little bit there.
The carjacking part.
Dear Grandma, first and foremost, you're the most beloved person in the whole world, coming from me and everyone else. I want to apologize for not being the young man you raised. You are my everything. I'm truly sorry for the negative events that's been going on in my life. My mind has been so in the gutter. Thank you for always forgiving me, even if I'm wrong. Well, you don't forgive him if he's right.
Yeah, you don't need
But
forgiveness
also,
if
like,
you're
of
wrong.
all the cars you can jack, you still have to carjack your grandma? Like,
That's the
can't you just
easiest one.
grab the keys?
I
You had to
mean,
put a gun in her face or something?
She's 77. Didn't say if there was a gun involved. He also added, tell my son that his daddy was wrong.
Oh,
Tell him to
Jesus
always
Christ.
respect his grandma.
Yeah, tell Dylan the same thing, just for the record.
What's that?
That his daddy was wrong.
What were you wrong about?
I'm sorry,
Oh,
he
well,
calls you daddy?
You could say it as a blanket statement. He doesn't call me daddy.
You just said his daddy was wrong, so it
But I'm
indicated
just
that-
using the same language from that story. Tell him his dad was wrong.
Okay.
All right.
Dear Dylan.
You hear that, Dylan?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this one could be Moses' question, even though it's a little awkward. And I'm surprised this didn't make more news because this happened publicly and it was filmed. But 3 years ago, Juan Martin Gonzalez was at his church and he got on stage and said into a microphone that he had sinned and that he had done something inappropriate. Now, imagine this as a test of your character if you're the pastor here. He had done something inappropriate with the pastor's 12-year-old granddaughter.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And now his lawyers want that video thrown out because they say that was a confession.
Oh,
even though it wasn't in a
really?
confessional booth and might not even have been at a Catholic church. It doesn't say, I can't see.
That was on his own accord, right? Like, or it was a secret video.
No, it was in front of an audience, I think.
How could it be thrown out? He did it.
So,
Like,
but
that
this
was
is an
him.
interesting argument. So what you're saying is because his confession was indeed to a man of God
at a
that
church,
he could argue that this was a personal confession from me and you, and therefore I don't have to share this.
The lawyer is saying after Gonzalez was charged with lewd and lascivious molestation, his lawyers asked the video be tossed as evidence. What it showed, they said, was a religious confession from a man who sought spiritual guidance. His words, they argued, were protected under a legal concept known as clergy penitent privilege, which bars the disclosure of a person's communications with a religious advisor. But if you do it in front of a crowd, I mean, you kind of communicated it to people that aren't clergy.
Yeah, but isn't there also a thing when it comes to therapists and I believe priests that if it's something that endangers a child?
I think that's if you say you're going to murder someone.
I think also sexual abuse. This is definitely a Mo list.
We were talking about before the commission of the act and after. Hey, real quick, just coming in.
Beep, beep,
Check this
beep,
out.
beep, beep, beep. What?
Here you go.
Oh,
finally
here's the
got it.
video.
Oh my
Ready?
God, that's wild.
Here's the bombardier landing on I-75. And look at how many cars keep moving, including the car that's actually taking this video. Some of them pulled over, and some of them go, this is going to make this is going to be a real...
I'm late to work.
Real crutch to my day if I stay here.
What would you do? Would you stop or would you
I would
keep
stop
going?
in 2 seconds.
I would keep going.
Okay.
Really?
I can't save somebody in a plane crash. What good am I? I'm only getting in the way. I would go, best of luck. I'd shout like best of luck out the window or whatever. Yeah, and then I'd go, I'm only going to make it worse.
Last but not least, in This Week in Florida, a drunk driving suspect, they say, had unzipped jeans and was arrested with an open, twisted tea beverage in his truck. 30-year-old Dalton Ryan Zane of Summerfield was driving in a black GMC Sierra with the headlights on and the engine running in the wee hours of Sunday morning. The officer asked 0 to 10, how drunk are you? 0 being sober and 10 being heavily intoxicated. He told the officer he would rate himself a good 6. And that's it for This Week in Florida.
Nice. I like the level of honesty there. You know what, officer? I'm just going to be real with you. Here's where I'm
Solid
sitting
6,
right
bro.
now. Real quick, before we go to break, I wanted to let folks know there's a story, and this directly affects our friends in Tennessee. Specifically, well, just anybody in Tennessee, I guess, really. And this seems totally screwy and makes me think we're in the 1930s again. It says 2 Republican lawmakers have introduced a bill that would prohibit the sale of refrigerated or cold beer in Tennessee. Okay? This is SB 2636. It was sponsored by Senator Paul Rose and Ron Grant. They're both Republicans. They said it passed first and second considerations and will now head to committee where it will be fully debated and amended as needed. The goal of the bill is to curb drunk driving and deadly crashes in which alcohol is involved. So they think because you can go to a gas station or a convenience store and buy beer that is cold, that is making it easier for people to drink and drive and causing more crashes on the road. I'm here to tell you that alcoholics will drink warm beer, just for the record. They don't mind so much. And also,
Can that's been sitting under your seat for months, they'll drink it.
If you sell a can of beer and you also sell bags of ice, one can get the can cold rather quickly here.
Uh-huh.
And this is kind of, is this why they
it would
used
just
to do?
be out of complete reasoning to think that somebody would say, show up to a Wawa, fill their cup with ice, and then dump a White Claw in there, so it looks like you're not drinking and driving.
You can't do that. Is this why they used to have those rules where on Sunday for a while you couldn't buy beer? You'd go into the 7-Eleven?
No, because I think that was a religious thing.
Was
They still have some places that won't sell it until a certain time.
Yeah. And I have definitely fallen victim of that. Like, and I'll bring the bottle up there, and they're like, "We can't sell it to you." And I'm like,
You feel like such an alcoholic too?
A little bit.
It's Sunday at 11 o'clock.
I was having people over for brunch, and so
I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying. I've been in the same exact position, and you're like, I know that I look like a raging alcoholic, but I have a perfectly good excuse of why I need to buy alcohol on this Sunday.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is, here's how I think.
Trying to buy like 6 bottles of cheap champagne, some Andres.
Let me get back to my theory on life here, okay? I think you should have a point of view that you're coming from and be, grounded in all the different opinions that you have. So if somebody says to you, like, what's your problem with a law like this, Sean? If the beers aren't cold and the White Claws aren't cold and the drinks, the alcoholic beverages aren't cold at the gas station, isn't it possible that maybe there's 1 or 2 less crashes that happen because somebody drinks and drives? I don't care about that. For any new laws ever to come into effect, there should be such a huge, huge ladder that people have to crawl over to get to that point. We don't need more laws on the book. In fact, we need more laws enforced that are already on there. But there's this idea that's how does this inconvenience you, Sean? No, I don't need all these tiny encroachments, one after another, death by 1,000 cuts on freedoms. And I want to buy cold beer at the gas station. Okay. That's the way I feel about it. We're going to take a quick break and see what you think about it. And your dispatches are right over here. I'm going to get to those. Plus, we're going to take a test and see how we're doing.
Okay.
Are we in trouble or are we doing well? There's only one way to find out. And we'll check that out next. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident blocking the right lane on I-4 westbound between Howland Boulevard and Saxon Boulevard. There's a bit of delays eastbound on I-4 before US 27 and after State Road 429. Congestion on Florida's Turnpike southbound between US 27 and approaching Oakland Exchange. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee.
Save up to 70% at Mattress Warehouse today and sleep better tonight, knowing you got the best possible price. So where would you look to find the perfect mattress? In a little mattress store or Mattress Warehouse? Visit mattresswarehouse.com.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Time is the best time to get to Sutherland Nissan Orlando with huge savings on every new, certified, and pre-owned vehicle on the lot. We'll stretch your money further to get you more car for less money. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando today. Online at OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty.
When you see the Fresh from Florida label in your grocery store, know that you're getting the freshest fruit and vegetables possible because they're grown right here in the Sunshine State. And from February 8th through the 19th, you'll have a chance to meet the farmers behind the Fresh from Florida label. During the 2024 Florida State Fair, visit the Agricultural Hall of Fame Pavilion and say hello to some of the hard-working men and women who grow the food that you feed your family. That's February 8th through the 19th at the Florida State Fair. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Angel from the Monsters. You guys know I love to cook on my Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive, and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassy's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories, everything that you need. They have the classroom set up so you can teach you the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg as well. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassy's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee, so check them out. It's Wassy's Meat Market. Check them on Instagram or go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
Well, hello there. Join me at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino to celebrate a new era in gaming with live craps, roulette, and sports betting now available to go along with the biggest selection of slots in South Florida. Plus, all your other favorite table games. Complement your night with my award-winning fine dining and casual fare options, lively bars and lounges, or catch your favorite A-list entertainer at Hard Rock Live. Discover your rhythm today. Go to hardrockholly.com. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Hey there, homeowners. Russ Rollins here. Are you tired of staring at a cold, unused pool? It's time to make a change. Spring is the perfect time to add solar heat to your pool and enjoy it year-round. Solar Source customers, they enjoy family time, nighttime pool parties, movie nights, birthdays, and even low-impact workouts. Don't let your pool be a monthly expense with no enjoyment. Schedule a free consultation from solarsource.com/monsters. Remember, friends of Russ Rollins save even more money.
Bike Week is right around the corner. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week March 1st through the 10th. Enjoy food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership right off I-4 across from the mall at Millennia.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles. Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search the Beatles Now and Then and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. B-I-L-L-S. BILLS. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
The younger folks in the workforce are saying they're burned out. It's too much. And then you have the clash of the generations, which I love to watch. I love to sit back and watch the battle of the generations as boomers call the Gen Z folks lazy. They're like, you're lazy, you cry too much.
I had 5 jobs.
Well, you can't buy a house. And then the Gen Z people are screaming back at the boomers, you ruined this country. You're the reason why we can't afford houses anymore. You got rich and we're drowning over here.
Millennials just happy to be here dodging bullets for decades.
Yeah, stuck in the middle, just right there. And you got Gen Xers always getting ignored. That's just the way life works, where Gen Xers get ignored. They don't get any attention. Nobody talks about them. Nobody talks to them. Nothing in terms of attention for those folks. What's happening?
Hey, speaking of being ignored.
Nothing.
What?
We were talking about the thing that you the awkward question you asked.
Oh. What was the response?
Not good.
He opened the door, goes, "You're the only reason we can't get our studio back."
Oh man, they're putting it on you. Well, tell him you can stay in that room. You'll just stay in that room.
I'm not
And
moving
we
in
actually
rooms,
we
man.
actually mentioned that. I was like, it's completely possible that I could just stay in this room and everybody else moves.
Yeah, look, we could be anywhere on planet Earth and do a show.
You know what I like when we're all together? I'm just
I do too.
gonna throw that out there.
I do too. But if we had a setup which was to my expectations and requirements, we would be able to do both of those things, which is the ultimate goal. But-
Speaking of expectations, I've noticed on the wide shot, the back, like from behind your head shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Where'd my voice changer go?
Oh, I got rid of all that. Yeah.
How many times have I texted you about it?
I told you already. I had sold that. I didn't need it. What am I going to do with it? Sit in the chair and pretend?
It's gonna buy it from you.
You sent me a text message after I had already sold it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm reinvesting.
Now I'm imagining
building something
Sean
else.
sitting by himself at that desk going, "I am a robot. I am Robot Sean."
I can't use the
Check
sound
one,
effects
two.
at the other studio desk. It doesn't make any sense. So I got to repurpose that and make it for something else. We're working on some things. Anyhow, let's do this test. All right, let's see how we're doing here. As the two of
scared.
you're going to have to work together, and we're going to find out if you're burned out at work and Jack Bradshaw needs to give us an entire week off. Or if we're rocking it and we have no problems around here. So you guys have to agree on some of these answers. This may be very hard for you to do.
I will
Very
say
quick.
week off.
No, you're just going
without
to jump
any
right
of
to
questions.
the verdict?
Yeah, I will
Skip
take
all
a-
the questions?
Yeah, week off all day.
All right, the first question is, I feel run down, drained of physical or emotional energy. All right?
And that's
Now-
right
well,
now at this moment?
I want you guys to write this scale in front of you because everything needs to be on this scale. So here are your possible answers. Your possible answers are not at all, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often. So not at all, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often. And the statement is, I feel run down and drained of physical or emotional energy. Where are you at on that? On
Oh,
the
we're
scale?
answering right now?
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm going to say often.
Often. Sealand, are you in line with often or?
Sometimes.
Sometimes
Don't
and
be Mr.
often.
Cool guy right now, okay? I'm trying to get a week off here.
Well, so put it on often, just to lean on that. I have negative thoughts about my job. Not at all, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often. You guys have negative thoughts about your job?
Rarely.
I love my job. I'm going to go with rarely as well.
You guys aren't going with not at all, though, I've noticed.
There have been moments where...
Wait, what are you, cool guy?
Yeah.
I'm not at all. Yeah,
of course.
I'm not at all. I don't have negative
I don't
thoughts
want to
about
play
my job.
this game anymore if you're going to be like that, Sean.
I have negative thoughts about the suits that are in control of the company that I work for, but I don't have
I
negative
love the
thoughts about the
suits.
company.
Thank you so much.
All of them? Oh, God. Oof. All right.
This is the
Brave
part where I
move.
feel anxiety right now.
All right. I'm harder and
Run
less
down.
sympathetic with people than perhaps they deserve. What about that? Not at all, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often. I'm harder and less sympathetic with people than they deserve.
Never. The
Never.
first one.
All right. Celine, are you the same on that one?
Rarely.
Okay. I'm gonna put you on not at all.
And you, for sure, you're often.
Often, I'm harder and less sympathetic with people than they deserve. I am the opposite of that.
What did you
I
just
am-
say about the suits?
Well, these are managers who
that they
screw up
deserve.
things. I'm talking about like with you guys. Like I'm not going to be ridiculous about. I have high expectations. I won't say that I don't.
Sure,
I have
I
high
think we all do.
expectations of everything.
Got a good little system going on now.
What's our system?
We. What do you mean? What's our system? We have a good, well-oiled
So we have a
machine.
good-
We're in 3 different spots. Expectations have been met. And if it's not, then it's not like you're a complete asshole like you used to be.
Whoa!
We had screaming matches. Do you not remember?
Yes,
Oh,
I
I
remember.
remember.
I remember. See, the
Yeah, now
problem
we're
is
in a good spot.
we
Please
have
don't
different.
ruin it.
We have different ideas on what was the cause of that.
Correct. We don't have to go back.
It's as if there was a fire in the house, and we have
I will
different
light
ideas.
your house on fire if we don't move on right now.
All right, okay. I'm easily irritated by small problems or by my coworkers.
All the
and
time.
team.
Next question.
All right, that's a very often for you. No, it's not very often.
No, wait, what was the whole thing again?
I am easily irritated by small problems or by my coworkers and team.
Which coworkers?
It doesn't specify.
Sometimes.
Just generally. All right. But yeah, sometimes I think it makes sense there. I feel misunderstood or unappreciated by my fellow coworkers.
All the time.
All the time. Oof, I'm going high end on that.
Rarely.
All right, quickly, let's fly through these. I feel like I have no one to talk to.
I mean, look at the room I'm in and all the people that are in it.
You literally have no one to talk to.
I have people to talk to. Rarely.
Okay. I feel that I'm achieving less than I should.
I'll
Not at all.
right in the middle.
All right, right in the middle.
Wait, achieving less.
Like I could be doing more? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm achieving less than I should.
I would love to achieve more. So
Maybe earning less than I should.
that too.
All right, let's fly here. I feel under an unpleasant level of pressure to succeed.
This is a really heavy stuff, man.
I'm just telling you.
Rarely?
Rarely.
I don't know.
Wow.
Okay.
I feel like I would have answered all the time for that.
I don't. It's going by so quickly.
I feel like I'm not getting what I want out of my job.
This is not an appropriate conversation.
I'm going to answer what I think you would have said.
Oh, right. This makes sense for sure. C-Lane, do you want to answer anything or just going to be quiet?
What was the question again?
All right. This is the last question. I'm frustrated with parts of my job. Sometimes. All right. Okay. Sometimes is the answer. Let me run the numbers on you.
Like this.
Let me see if you guys are burned out. I'm calculating your total. Your score is a 44.
We're about to get multiple weeks off in the rest of the year if we continue this.
Look in front of me here. Your score is a 44. It says 33 to 49. So you're on the high end of that. Be careful. You might be at risk of burnout, particularly if several scores are high, they said.
Just this segment burned me out.
You guys are right on the edge there, so be careful. Where are you? Guess what? I just linked the test over on the See It Now section of thenewsjunkie.com. So go to the website, thenewsjunkie.com, and click the link right now. Are you heating up over there?
Yeah, how dare you?
The question's starting to get too specific.
I need to speak to you and the break time for what Sean just did. I'm talking to
It's
Zach
like,
real quick.
do you like Jack Bradshaw? Yes or no? I was like, whoa.
Very often.
You guys, they can hear the show, can't they? Yeah.
This is too specific a question that we're
Damn it,
facing
Sean.
right now.
Why would you warn us about that, man?
I just wanted to see if you guys were burned out. Apparently you are a little
You
bit.
burn me out.
Oh, yeah, no. I get that all the time from you in particular.
But I love you, bud. And I like how you look from far away.
All right. Quick break. When we come back, jury duty with our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. He is joining us, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
Monsters in the morning.
I'm glad I'm sticking with Kit Kat being the universal one. Because there's some people that don't like nuts, Russ. Okay, I know you love nuts in your mouth when you eat stuff all the time. Okay, you're always asking, can I get more nuts in my mouth?
I need more nuts.
The Monsters in the morning.
Real radio 104.1.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Despite the wild trade rumors to the Bay, per Rich Paula's agent, LeBron's happy and staying in Los Angeles. Why would LeBron want to leave? Despite the rocky start, the Lakers picked up a key vet, have righted the ship for the stretch run. LeBron has a title in L.A., kids are growing up here, his legacy is set. He doesn't need to go ring chasing. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Owning a Mercedes-Benz EV isn't just extraordinary, it's extra easy. With full remote access to your vehicle from your phone via the Mercedes Me Connect app, the vehicles are all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more. MBUSA.com/EQ.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert, and I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Still standing, an Elton John tribute is coming to House of Blues Orlando this Saturday, February 17th. Tickets are on sale at livenation.com or at the House of Blues box office. Don't miss this phenomenal night. Still standing at House of Blues, Saturday, February 17th.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Turns out February is American Heart Month, and Life Imaging FLA wants to remind you that early detection saves lives. Unfortunately, the very first symptom of heart disease is often sudden death. But the cool thing is, now you have the power to detect issues before symptoms. And Life Imaging FLA does that with their free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. This is a $699 value. The testimonials are bananas. Couples going in, the person that thinks they have problems have no problems. The person that does not think they have problems has problems. But the cool thing is, now you have the information, the power to go to your primary care doctor and build a long-term healthcare plan to make sure that you're around for years. Do that now. Do exactly what I did. Pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. Say that keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds, and be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. Make 2024 the year you finally start taking care of your long-term health with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Don't miss huge savings on Better Sleep during Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. For a limited time, shop in store to score a Sleepy's Queen mattress for only $89.99. That's over 60% off and the lowest price ever. So hurry in today. This deal is only here while supplies last.
Get ready for our 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, presented by The Hartford, live at South by Southwest. March 11th, we'll honor the very best in podcasting from the past year, and you'll help decide who wins Podcast of the Year. Vote now at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance is the presenting partner of the 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, live at South by Southwest. To learn more or start a quote, visit thehartford.com/small business. With insurance designed for your small business, the Bucks got your back.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
The DeWitt Law Firm, injured on the go. Just call Mo. I know we got some questions from Mo, right, C-Lane? We've got some oddities that we've held up, and I want you, if you're listening to us right now and you have any legal questions you've been thinking about, maybe you got into an accident, you don't know what to do next, the next steps are just one dispatch away. So send that in. Do it. If it's the first time, it's not tough for you to do. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and ask Mo any question you have before the end of the show. But let's get into something a little weird here. I don't know how close you've been paying attention to this story out of Georgia with the Trump case, but basically they were going after former President Trump, Mo, and they were saying that he was trying to get some votes illegally or whatever, right? And then they found out that the state's attorney, she was in an improper relationship with the special prosecutor that she had chosen for this case, and that she had not been forthright or honest about this relationship that she had been in. How frowned upon is that? What are we looking at? Is that could that possibly be a crime, or would it just lead to maybe disqualification? What does that read to you?
I don't think it's a crime. I think it could possibly lead to disqualification. I mean, the real issue here is the appearance of impropriety, because now they can say that they had a motive to drag this investigation out, and they hid it. They didn't disclose it. So had they disclosed this relationship up front, it probably wouldn't have been an issue. But since they didn't disclose it, they hid it, and there's funds being, the boyfriend of this lady, or affair,
whatever their relationship was,
he's being paid. I think it was in the millions of dollars as the special prosecutor, and so now he has an incentive to kind of keep the investigation going because he's getting paid to do it, and then funneling some of that money back to the prosecutor.
Through vacations or whatever.
Right, through vacations. And I think there was even some cash transfers to pay for quote-unquote vacations and stuff. So it doesn't look good. It's the appearance of impropriety, and that's where things could lead to possible disqualification. But ultimately, it just kind of puts a stain on the judicial system here, because they potentially have other motives here besides just, pursuing the crime, pursuing.
If she gets disqualified, does that mean they have to start everything over, or?
Well, it depends. There are some people who have already pled out who are trying to get those convictions set aside, or potentially could try to get those convictions set aside. I think that's going to be a tough thing to do, because the appearance of impropriety and actually showing that there was some sort of motive, something that they did wrong, something that the investigation lied about, or fraud, or something like that, is going to be tough to do.
So you have to tie the lying about the relationship, allegedly, to actually lying about something in the case itself.
Typically, yeah.
Beyond just a personal relationship. That's sort of weird to me, because the way that I think about this stuff is perhaps a lot different than you do, because now I wonder, if you go out, Moses, and what happens if you befriend a judge? What happens if you befriend somebody who's like a prosecutor, and you would be a defense attorney against them? All of these relationships that could form in your industry with other people, they seem a little more tough to negotiate.
Well, I mean, that's fairly normal, honestly. I mean, most in the criminal defense world, prosecutors become defense attorneys, become judges.
This sounds like the beginning of a TV show.
It does.
So, I mean, a lot of people, you're friendly or friends with a lot of people, you donate to judges' campaigns, things like that. That's fairly normal, but that's different than here, where we have a hidden relationship, where it's not out in the open. There's money being transferred back and forth, and theoretically, there's an incentive to keep the investigation going. If I'm friends with the prosecutor, we don't have an incentive to do something nefarious there.
Right.
We're friendly, and we're working together like normal.
Yeah. And it makes sense that would happen, considering that you work in the same area.
Right.
Like those are just going to happen.
Right. And sometimes, honestly, when you do know the person on the other side, sometimes you actually get the best results that way because you kind of cut through the nonsense and you go, all right, you know what the law is, I know what the law is, this is what's going to happen here. Let's just cut through all the other crap.
All the nonsense, right. Well, Fannie Willis is the woman who's the district attorney of Fulton County, Georgia, who finds herself in this position. She was saying on the stand, she was like, I'm not on trial here. I'm not on trial here. And I was thinking about that for a second. I was like, well, she is on the stand now, but she's not on trial because it's not her trial.
Right.
Is she still treated as the same type of witness when she's up there like that?
Well, she should be. I mean, if you watch the testimony, if it was anyone else but her, at least in Florida, in the courts I've been in, they would have held her in contempt. I mean, they would not have put up with the way she was talking back to the other attorney and kind of disrupting the court and not answering the questions and yelling that, oh, you're lying, there's lies here. I mean, she was very disruptive in that courtroom, frankly. It was really inappropriate behavior to have in a courtroom, but the judge did not seem to come down on her or control her at all.
Why do you think they let that slide? Is it because they're trying to be careful about everything in this case? Like I would give the example of referees, referees, I guess, during the Super Bowl. They don't want to call the call unless they know definitely that this is something they should throw the flag on.
Well, I think it's a situation where you have a person of authority within this, court system who's on the stand as a witness. It's a little bit uncomfortable probably for the judge to come down on them too hard. So they're kind of walking that line of, I'm going to give you more leeway here because you are, the prosecutor, whatever her actual title is there. But any other witness, I don't think they would have put up with that at all.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot to me. Okay, we're going to go to our list of questions here. Sina, what do we have on the list just to start out with before we get into people's dispatches?
Milk dumping.
Milk dumping.
Yes.
Milk dumping is something
We've
you
been
wrote
waiting
down.
for this, Moses.
Do you remember why you wrote milk dumping down?
We were talking about that stupid TikTok trend that all the 7-Eleven operators have started putting up signs that said if you're recording yourself getting a slushie, they're going to call the cops. And basically, it was like, what could they? The trend, Moses, was that they would get a slushie and then come out and just like chuck it at their car.
Yeah, their own personal car. And the 7-Elevens were saying, we're going to call the cops. Can they do anything there?
I mean, I guess technically you're littering. I mean, if you're just leaving the cup on the ground.
If you pick up the cup and you leave the slushie, have we littered now?
I mean, if we really want to get into details, if the slushie causes a stain on the concrete, maybe there's, some sort of criminal mischief charge or something like that. I mean, it's a stretch.
And
don't get me wrong.
That conversation evolved into, I mean, it's a liquid. Liquids go away. How much milk would you have to dump in the road before you start creating a crime?
I mean, they're causing a disruption, so they could be trespassed from the property. It's private property. They could say, hey, you're causing disruption. We don't want you back here.
I feel like it's really boiling down to that. They go, what you're doing is annoying, and I don't know if we have a law that we can get you on, but we're going to say that we're going to call the cops if you do this again. All right, join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, and from there you can send us what we call a dispatch. You don't have to hang out on the phones or anything. Use your phone as technology that you can use to join us here on the show. That's well said, right? Perfectly
Absolutely.
said. Nailed that. So go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. All right, let's see. Do we have anything else on the list?
We do. This Airbnb story where a guy, he paid $567 a night in Memphis, and the owner charged him $960 for breaking the rules.
Oh, yeah.
And when he didn't want to pay it, the owner said, well, I have security photos of you with a woman who's not your wife that I'm going to send to her if you don't pay this rule-breaking fee. Does that constitute blackmail?
I mean, yeah, it sounds like extortion to me because you're not saying that you have videos of them breaking the rules. That would be one thing. Saying I have videos of you breaking whatever the rule is.
Well,
we're going to sue you.
I do think there was an implication that the rule he was breaking involved having people over or having a party or something. I don't know if they said anything
having
about
people that were not on like the list. More people than were expected.
But the fact that he actually said, this is you without your wife, that leads it into the blackmail extortion lines.
Yeah,
and we looked that up too. So blackmail versus extortion, though, I thought extortion needed some sort of threat of violence.
No, it's just, threat, coercion, intimidation, because, I mean, this is essentially intimidation to obtain money or something of value, essentially.
So blackmail and extortion,
they're interchangeable,
okay.
really.
Right. Okay. So the person who runs that place, if they do that, would it really be extortion? Because here's why I think it's a little different, okay? And tell me why I'm wrong here.
You're always wrong.
Because I know I'm wrong. All right? Here's why I think it's different. The person is not saying, I want $900 more from you, and if you don't want to give me $900 more, here's a photo of you at this house with somebody other than your wife. The person is going, you owe me $900 more. And oh, by the way, I've got this photo of you and somebody else that's not your wife that I'm going to send to her. So it's not like they don't have a reason for the money that they're asking for, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine line. So had he said, I have this video. If you don't pay me $900, I'm going to take you to court. I'm going to show the video of you having all these people in the house. That would be perfectly fine. But the fact that he's using it to extort them, he's saying, hey, I'm going to basically show your wife that you're cheating on her if you don't pay me $900. Now that's extortion.
Yeah.
I mean, if you remember the case of Michael Avenatti, that guy who I think is in prison now.
Yeah.
And he
was the Stormy Daniels attorney, I think.
Yeah, and then he got in trouble for extorting Nike because he went to Nike, and I guess there was a guy at Nike or a coach who was affiliated with Nike somehow who was kind of paying these kids, out of high school to kind of get deals kind of under the table.
Right.
And so he basically went to Nike and said, if you don't pay me a bunch of money, I'm going to release this to the press that you do this, that you have this guy or whatever it may be. That's extortion. Had he gone and said, I represent these kids, these victims who can no longer, play professionally or have been taken advantage of, and we're going to sue you for that, that's allowed. He's still asking for money for the same purpose, but the intent is different, right?
So he's just dumb in that moment, and he could have gotten away with what he was doing if his brain was a little bigger.
Right, but he also knew or thought that, the threat of this going public to the media would be more damaging to Nike. I think he even made statements about your stock's going to go down, this and that.
Oh, man. He's in jail now as a result.
He's in jail. And, Mark Garagos, who's a very well-known attorney as well, was in the room during these negotiations with him. He never said anything like that because he's, I guess, smart enough to know what extortion is.
Yeah.
But, they obviously went after Avenatti and got a conviction there where Garagos was in the room, and I think Garagos was under the impression that it was for the other reason. That's why they were going after Nike.
Wow.
And since he never made any threats of extortion, he didn't get charged with anything.
Well, he could have got caught up in that, too. That would have been bad.
If you say the wrong thing, you certainly could have.
All right, the guy in question is now suing the homeowner, the person who charged him the $960.
Yeah.
Because they sent the picture, and it was an outside surveillance photo. They sent it to his wife, and his marriage has suffered because of it. And now he's taking him to court.
I can't imagine that would happen.
Yeah, of course that's going to be an issue. All right, we're running behind. Quick break real quick. We'll be back with, you got some dispatches to handle here. And if you have any questions for Moses, go to thenewsjunkie.com and record your dispatch right now. That, plus a man who had it all. It was right there in the palm of his hand, and he screwed it all up. What happened? That's coming up next on The News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traveling on I-4, you could expect your regular congestion before US 27 and approaching Sand Lake Road. Authorities are still clearing up that accident westbound on I-4 between Howland Boulevard and Saxon Boulevard. The right shoulder is blocked. Travel with caution through there. No major problems on Florida's Turnpike. Traffic is up to speed on the beach line. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Don't miss huge savings on better sleep during Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. For a limited time, shop in-store to score a Sleepy's Queen mattress for only $89.99. That's over 60% off and the lowest price ever. So hurry in today. This deal is only here while supplies last.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, fljobsnow.com for more info.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old ride's left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. You deserve a ride that makes your heart skip a beat. So bring me your old ride and I'll get you way overpriced value for your clunker. Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? We kiss up to the banks and lenders who want to say yes. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. Check out our brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. Fall in love with the award-winning 2024 Outlander with 0% for 60 months. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $89 per month. Trade-ins, kiss it goodbye. We'll pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio
Hold on, ready?
app or wherever you get your podcasts.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY, P-A-Y, PAY. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the Great Five.
In just a moment, we got our friend Mo DeWitt with us, and Mo, we're gearing up for Just Okay 8.
Yeah.
All the things that come along with it. It is a blast and a nightmare all wrapped up into one. And I believe Mo is going to be with us. You're not out of town for Just Okay 8, are you? March 16th?
I'll see if I can.
Okay, don't you dare.
I thought
I'll
he was
be there.
I talked to him.
Come on, we have a whole bit for you.
I talked to him earlier today, and I thought he was in some far-flung location because I would say something, and then he would start to respond, and then I'd lose all connection. I'd get that, and I'd be, Moses, are you in the Bahamas? What's going on? Are you back in the Bahamas? But no, he's with us, and he hopefully will be with us on March 16th for Just Okay 8.
And thank you so much for being such a great sponsor. All these Just Okays, including this one.
That's true.
Sean says he'll beat me up if I don't sponsor it. So.
I've never made that
Is
threat.
that blackmail or extortion?
It could be.
I've never made that threat at all, I promise. But we do
says it in his eyes.
We do love seeing Mo out there, as does a lot of the folks who listen to this show, or in fact, all of you. So we'll get to you and your dispatches in a moment, but take some time, if you don't mind, support the show. Come out to a super fun event on March 16th. And a lot of people say, well, what is this? What can I expect? It's live music. It's live performances, some of them like freak show-esque performances, or just things that are going to blow your mind that are happening on the stage in front of you. A lot of moments where you're going to want to take out your phone, take a picture, and for once, you'll probably post it online afterwards. There's going to be, if things go right, even some fun photo opportunities for everybody. We've got a setup going where you can hear, and you'll be able to like download it so you can listen to it on your way home or at some other point in time. The test show that Sabrina and I did for this show.
Someone called it the pilot, but had we released it, then we would not be here today.
Yeah. It's like when you watch the Seinfeld pilot, you go, this is good, but it's not as good as the other stuff.
Does that make me Elaine?
You are. You are Elaine and Elaine. You are both of those things in this particular example.
Do you know why it makes me Elaine?
Because she wasn't in the first episode.
Moses nailed it.
Yeah, of course. Didn't they change up the parents too or something? There was something else.
One of the dads got switched out, I think.
Yeah.
Jerry's dad.
I love when they do that and they pay no mind to it. Like they'll swoop somebody right out of something. They did this, and it's easier because it was an animated feature. But in Pets 1, it was Louis C.K. And then Louis C.K.
He got in trouble.
He did some things and he got in trouble. And in Pets 2, Patton Oswalt. And nobody batted an eye. Nobody cared. Nobody questioned it.
Patton Oswalt doing an impression of Louis C.K.
Yeah, basically, you're like they're interchangeable. And I think, didn't they do that on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, too?
With the mom, with Aunt
Viv, yeah. They just took a character and they go, screw it. Let's put somebody else in here. We got
I wonder
a problem.
if Patton Oswalt and Louis C.K. have like beef over that. They're angry at each other.
That's got to be good money. DreamWorks money for doing one of those voices.
Roseanne did it too, but they there were a couple jokes in the series that were like nods to the fact that it was a different actress.
Wait, on Roseanne, they just killed her off, didn't they?
No, they killed off Roseanne, but I'm saying one of the kids.
The oldest kid, the blonde kid.
Girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. They do that because they can, and that's what they get away with quite often. Anyhow, I don't know how we got here, but let's scoot back over to you.
When you guys scan the code, you'll notice it wasn't actually me. They replaced the original girl with me.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you,
Deeper
and it doesn't
voice.
sound like me either.
No way. I didn't even know. Like, we make fun of you a lot for how squeaky your voice was, or like how high pitched.
Yeah.
And then you go back and listen. I'm like, so was I. What did we do? How did that happen? Sealand sounded the same for 12 years.
Sealand has sounded the same. Well, we don't know. We don't have him on that same recording. We have to go back to the earliest recording of Sealand and see if he sounds exactly the same, or if his voice sounds different now.
That sounds similar. We were in our 20s and 30s. It makes no sense.
Oh, my God. Don't remind me. Okay, let's go over here. We got dispatches. Let's get to those. And we got some questions for Mo. This says Mo question, but it's pronounced M-O-W, so it may be about lawns and gardens, or it could be for you. We shall see. Here we go. Here's funny name.
Hey, guys. Happy day.
Hey.
I have a question for Mo. Can I sue iHeartRadio for playing the same 4 to 5 commercials all day, every day?
Maybe.
And if I have to hear from Joe Montana one more time and he snaps his fingers, I might eat a bullet.
I've never even heard that one. Joe Montana's on a commercial we play?
I've heard Joe Man.
Joe Man?
Joe Man.
I've heard Joe Man. I've not heard that one. They have no case, correct, Mo?
I mean, we can sue them as long as we're not suing them for the Baby Shark commercial. Just call Mo Baby Shark.
No.
That's a classic. We should bring that back.
Sure.
Yeah, you should.
Why did it ever go away?
Good question.
Well, we just like to switch it up, and numerous complaints.
Yeah, there were some people who complained because it's catchy. People complain about the Hard Rock one right now. And
No, how dare anybody complain about the Hard Rock Bet commercial?
You know they do. They complain about any jingle, but they love the jingles. They sing the jingles.
It's been noticeably missing this week now that the Super Bowl is over.
Oh, true. Yeah,
They
must
got
have
the
done
money.
some little front loading. Here's Man Kicking with a dispatch for us.
I don't have a problem with where I work. I just have a problem with working with stupid people.
All right. Thank you, sir. Excuse me. Jesus, I can't talk today. I'm cashed out for the weekend, if you haven't noticed. Here's Tyler X-Ray talking about Game of Magnets. Maybe.
You know, I just want to let you guys know, I have been a big fan for almost 10 years now.
Until today.
I remember when the Game of Magnets first started, and I've always been on the road. I've never seen a magnet anywhere here in Orlando, so I could steal one.
Maybe because you're on a payphone.
Sure enough, I go into my boss's office this morning, and he's got a Just Okay Christmas holiday magnet sitting there.
I don't even know what that
in
is.
his office. And I walk up over there behind his desk and I grab it. I said, I just stole this. I put it on my truck. Let's see if anyone grabs it.
It'd be hilarious if he got fired for that. If the guy
It's double hilarious.
That's not how Game of Magnets works.
Double hilarious. That's not one of our official magnets.
It has nothing to do with us, and he just literally stole something from his boss. And boss goes, "We need to talk. We have to have a little chat about
Sean,
this."
you definitely know the Joe Montana commercial.
I don't remember it.
It's the no pneumonia.
Oh, that one, yeah. Where he goes, no pneumonia, KNOW, pneumonia.com. And I'm like, all right. That's an interesting move you just made there.
Well, you know, KNOW, PNEUMONA.
Did you get that right?
I think so.
You cheated. Here's
I mean, if Peisenberg spelled it right, then I spelled it right.
Whoa, shots.
He probably didn't spell it right. Here's Bad Brad talking about alcohol.
Hey, you guys, happy Friday.
Hey,
I don't know if you know this. Oklahoma, you can get 3.2 alcohol content beer cold. But
nothing
if
higher?
you want the regular strength, 5.0 or 5.5.
So stupid.
They won't sell it to you cold. You have to buy it hot.
That makes
And
no
that's a
sense
fact.
to me.
No, that is so dumb. That makes absolutely zero sense. And it's just like a foothold that they can get into potentially getting to the new prohibition that some of these folks want. And if you don't think that's true, if you look into groups like Mothers Against Drunk Driving, which, look, the goal that they have to end people drunk driving and end drunk driving deaths, that's laudable, that's great. But the group is literally for prohibition. Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Except for our wine, baby.
They would want to shut down alcohol intake completely in the United States of America. And so some of these people, and it tends to be something I'm seeing with Republican politicians, whatever that means to you, it's like a slow encroachment on, first we want to make it harder for you to get the beer, then you can't get cold beer at the gas station, then you can't get it on Sunday, and like slowly but surely they make moves that change things for you. I don't know if that's going to help anything. In fact, I don't think it actually will.
It says here that, and it's weird because there are places in Tennessee, I believe, that you can drink it if you're the passenger. So now the passenger's got to drink warm beer too?
But wasn't it a thing that Tennessee, right, where Jack Daniels is distilled, if I'm not wrong.
But the county where it's distilled is a dry county.
Is that still the case to this day?
Yeah, I got pulled over there once.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I wasn't driving. I was just in the car.
He downed a whole bottle of Jack. The cops pulled him over.
I was the passenger. It was fine.
No, I didn't know that was still a thing so much, but I guess it is. You know, you've got those counties where they just, it's like they're out of Footloose or something, living in another era. But here they are.
As far as the not consuming or not selling alcohol on Sundays, well, I actually played a bar in Statesboro, Georgia, that it was like Bible Belt area, and they were so strict on the no alcohol on Sundays. We were playing on a Saturday night, and we had to stop at midnight because they were like, because
pull the plug.
Midnight Sunday, it was Sunday, and there is no alcohol to be sold.
Oh, God. Over to Synth Solution, talking about, is it morally wrong to order something that you know you're going to return? You're doing it on purpose. Here's Synth Solution.
All right, junkies, I'm going to ask the obvious question. Sean, what's your excuse for the Applebee's freebie? I mean, you did just out yourself for it.
The Applebee's freebie.
Yeah, wow. I'm surprised that he's even willing to address it.
Your Fiesta Lime Chicken.
Oh, I didn't say I've ever done that. The only reason I know the Fiesta Lime Chicken is because my friend was a manager at an Applebee's, and I used to always go. And I used to see the people who would order their food, and then they knew they could complain afterwards because the manager would just comp their food and go, all right, get out of here, and they could keep doing it. Round and round we go. I've never tried that. I've been honest with you. I've told you all the bad things I've done. I dined and dashed one time. I told you that was terrible. I never should have done that.
You stole Freon.
I stole Freon, yes. I inhaled it in my lungs. I could count the times I've stole something on one hand. I'm just being honest.
I've been asking myself that for years, Moses.
You guys, I guarantee you guys have stole more stuff than I have. I'm just being honest about it. I'm being
guarantee.
Moses' face.
This is always what you do. You get caught, and then you're like, well, I didn't do it as much as those two did.
I'm not getting
caught. Like, point. You point.
Wait. How am I getting caught?
you get caught because you're like, this is what you did, and then you got called out for something else, and you're like, but I didn't do it as much as those two did.
No. That's not what happened at all. He thought he was calling me out on going to Applebee's, eating, and then saying, I didn't enjoy it, I want my money back. But that wasn't me. That wasn't my story. That was something else that I had seen other people do that I was telling people about. And I said, I'm honest about the times that I've done this and the times that I have not done this. And I think I've probably said every story where I stole something in my entire life. I think I've told them on this show.
Except
I told
for
the
those
story
hearts.
when I was a little kid. I stole the lighter from the Winn-Dixie, and then my brother for a year, he would pretend like he had a lighter behind my parents. Like if I was like, I'm not going to hang out with him, I'm not going outside to play with him, my brother would be like,
honestly, I think that benefited you because you have mentioned that story, and I think that probably like PTSD style stopped you from stealing in the future.
that was the first time I had ever done it.
But
And
you haven't stolen anything since?
No, I have. Just told you. I told you the time I. No, the
Hearts
time
and
I,
Freon.
Yeah.
Freon?
You did? Yeah,
Freon
you
is
sucked
one.
off that AC.
Freon is one. I told you the time that I dined and dashed. That's another one. That's three. And then there was a time that I've told the story where I had zero money. I was as poor as I've ever been in my life. And I tried to push a foot long, I should have got a 6-inch, foot long Publix sub down the front of my pants and walk out with it. And the Publix manager caught me.
Hey, couldn't help but notice the hoagie in your pants.
There's like a second story to the Publix, and there's windows up there. So they just clearly saw me out the windows, ram jamming a foot-long sub into my jeans that were too tight to begin with at like 18 years old. Those are all the times I think in my entire life that I've ever stolen anything. Maybe there might have been one. I did one more. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
During a hurricane, I ran into a gas station and I took a 12-pack of beer.
You looted?
Yeah. I don't know if it's technically looting. Is it? I think I'm.
Moses, wouldn't that be considered looting?
It could be, yeah, during a hurricane.
It was during a hurricane. It was in the middle of a hurricane. Yeah,
that could be.
It was in the middle of a hurricane, and I was underage too. So that would
Then
have
there
been
was that run of T-shirts that you had at that 5 a.m. hour.
What was that?
Where you had a bunch of people pay money, and then they were just like, you had printed them yourself, wrote Sharpie on it too, sold them for $50.
What are you talking about?
I made it up. I made it up, you guys. I made it up. That was a complete,
That's the
really,
worst.
It was a
worst
bad
fake
one.
crime I've ever heard in my life. I'm being
Whatever,
vulnerable.
man.
Telling you all the things I've done. Good God. All right. Now they're calling me a looter on chat.
Should have just left it at that, looter.
I just want to be as honest as I can about things. So I'm making my confessions right now, and now you guys know.
Okay.
Now you know all the things.
These are my confessions.
Moses, we're going to have to pay for that now. I stole a pair of tweezers when I was in high school.
Yeah.
They were valued at like $50.
From where?
From Sephora? One of those?
Oh my God, that seems like,
something
actually, that is a testament to your skills because that seems like a tough place to steal from.
Yeah,
if
but
I think of,
that's why it's just tweezers. Very easy to steal. If it was a whole makeup kit, then it'd be a different story. But tweezers, easy. And bad of me, and I should never do it again.
Oh, I thought you were for this. It's stealing from the corporations. Who cares about that?
Stick it to the man.
Sealand, any confessions? Any
I'm good.
admissions for you?
Oh.
No?
I'm good.
Really? Wow. We're putting it out on the line. We're admitting things.
And I
on
mostly did
Confession
mine
Friday.
because of my
All right,
terrible-
fine. I stole a laser pointer from the glow store at City Walk once.
Oh, my God.
That was your employer.
You stole a laser pointer from work?
No, I wasn't working there yet.
Okay, so you just stole it from another person's workplace?
Yes.
Wow.
We're going to have a talk with Jack Bradshaw after the show. We can't work with a thief like this.
I've taken a lot of things from here.
From the
That was
office?
my internship days, though.
What'd you take?
GoPro.
We should probably take a break.
Wow, GoPro?
The first series. They're going to throw it away.
You think it matters? Like, officer, it was only the first series GoPro.
But I didn't think I was coming back to the place. Come on.
This is an old iPad that I stole. It's not like stealing a new iPad. It's totally different.
I also stole some stuff from you
What,
before I
you-
left.
whoa, don't admit to
We
these
do
things.
have to go to break, though, unfortunately.
Do not admit to stealing anything from work, for God's sake.
Retraction.
It was all a radio bit.
I got us into some bad territory here.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel called Sabrina and the GoPro Footage. God, I'm really sucking today. Bad jokes. It's so bad. I don't know what's going on, man.
It's Friday. It's okay.
It's not. It's not okay.
Coming up next on Sabrina and the GoPro footage.
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
I'm going to go home.
Hang on. I teased this story, so I do want to pay this off real quick.
You should have been saying Savannah's missing a GoPro?
Oh, no. Well, that was a long time ago, the thing we're talking about.
I was kidding. I made that up. Just like
That's a
Sean's the T-shirt thing I did earlier.
Oh, all my stuff was true, though, just for the record. Hopefully there's no problems with me getting prosecuted.
Not do any more record stuff, please.
From the Associated Press, for 5 years, a New York City man managed to live rent-free in a landmark Manhattan hotel.
Speaking of stealing.
By exploiting an obscure local housing law. But prosecutors this week say Mickey Barretto went too far. What did he try to do? Now, if he got away with this for 5 years, keep that in mind, and he could have kept going. But he went too far when he filed paperwork claiming ownership of the entire New Yorker hotel building, and he then tried to charge another tenant rent because he said that he was now the owner of the building. On Wednesday, he was arrested and charged with filing false property records. He says he was surprised when police showed up at his boyfriend's apartment with guns and bulletproof shields.
Hey, what the heck is this about?
As far as he's concerned, it's a civil case, not a criminal one. And they said he was getting away with stealing this hotel. Well, they didn't even say he was stealing because he had a loophole. He was getting away with living free in this New York hotel for 5 years, but he decided to say he owned the whole damn building, and that ended all of his good fortune in that moment. All right. Quick break. We're back in just a moment. We'll get with more questions for Moses DeWitt. Send those at thenewsjunkie.com. I had this at the beginning of the show. We haven't talked about it, but this blows my mind. Another massive breakthrough in the world of AI. We'll discuss that. Is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Silver Star Road westbound out of Popka Vineland Road. The right lane is blocked. There's slowdowns due to an accident off to the side on I-4 westbound between Howland Boulevard and Saxon Boulevard. Travel with caution through there. And there's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Florida Prepaid College Savings Plans. Florida 529 prepaid plans are a smart way to save for college. They're risk-free, so you'll never lose your investment and protected by the state of Florida. Prepaid plans now start at just $34 a month. Find your plan today.
One of my favorite things about that mortgage guy Don from thatmortgageguyDon.com is the fact that you can listen to him every single weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're busy on Saturday mornings, don't worry. All the episodes are right there on his website, thatmortgageguyDon.com. Check out the show and work with an expert and a friend that you could trust. ThatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind in the Under Oath podcast. You listen to a lot of attorney commercials, normally concerning the qualifications of that firm, that they will fight for you, that they don't get paid unless you get paid. Instead of doing a commercial, I'm just going to give you some free advice. If you get into a car accident, make sure you receive medical treatment from a doctor within 14 days. If not, the insurance companies can hold you responsible for the first $10,000 of your medical treatment. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Scott for Scott's here. Your lawn is meant for all things bonus. Bonus relaxing, bonus playing, bonus beauty. But when dollarweed and clover are popping up everywhere, it's time to start cutting them back with Scott's Turf Builder Bonuses. It kills dollarweed and clover and feeds your grass so it grows thick and strong to crowd out future weeds. Now that's worth some bonus points, eh?
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S today. It's guaranteed or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Leap into savings at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. This month only. Shop New Road with an ultra-affordable price of $24,999. Shop our biggest used car inventory with so many under $20,000. And payments from $99 a month. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty. VIN number PC910375. See dealer for details.
Mills Air, 1992. 30 years here. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Did you know February was American Heart Month? It is. Life Imaging FLA wants to remind you that early detection saves lives. The first symptom of heart disease is often sudden death. You know you have the power to detect this before you have any symptoms. Give them a call. Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and with a few minimum requirements, you have a value of $699 and you can get that heart scan. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds. When you get there, talk to them about the cancer screening as well. Super important. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Call pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Get that heart screening. Ask them about the cancer screening. It's super important. Early detection saves lives thanks to Life Imaging FLA. Make sure you tell them Russ Rollins sent you.
Hey, are you planning to get an updated COVID-19 vaccine?
Yep. I don't want to get seriously sick and miss out on spending time with friends and family.
Does it cost a lot? I don't have insurance.
If you don't have health insurance, or if your insurance doesn't cover an updated COVID-19 vaccine, you can get one for free with the Bridge Access program. Just look for places that participate in Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
Sounds good. Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
A message from CDC.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Do you have trouble remembering that one thing you went to the grocery store to buy? Here's a tip. Forget about it. Just pick up fresh Florida strawberries. They're delicious, in season, and available now. Here's another tip. Go to freshfromflorida.com and use local Florida strawberries for wonderful recipes like strawberry arugula salad or strawberry fritters. And while you're there, join the Fresh from Florida Club for free perks. Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Hey, are you planning to get an updated COVID-19 vaccine?
Yep. I don't want to get seriously sick and miss out on spending time with friends and family.
Does it cost a lot? I don't have insurance.
If you don't have health insurance, or if your insurance doesn't cover an updated COVID-19 vaccine, you can get one for free with the Bridge Access program. Just look for places that participate in Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
Sounds good. Bridge Access on vaccines.gov.
A message from CDC.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paul Anka.
And I'm Skip Bronson.
What happens when two old friends take their decades of experience in the business and sit down with our buddies?
You get Our Way, a brand new show from iHeart Podcast where we chop it up with our pals about everything under the sun.
Hear amazing guests like Jason Bateman, Michael Bublé, Mark Burnett, and many more as they sit down with Paul and Skip.
This is our podcast, and we're going to do it our way.
Listen to Our Way on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. P-A-Y. Pay. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
$120 hoodies at Taylor Swift shows. And me and Moses were just talking during the break because Red Hot Chili Peppers are coming to town. And they're going to be playing at the Hard Rock. For those of you who are
Really?
down
Hollywood,
south.
though.
Yeah,
Hollywood
the Hard Rock in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And even that, even though like it's a bigger venue than the one Sealand was reacting to, it's still a small venue for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And Mo's like, looking at the tickets, man.
How much?
In front of the stage is well into the thousands, right? Well over 1,000. But even like up there, up high, where you would go, this is not a fantastic seat. Still at least $300 or $400 for those tickets that high. And you go, is that just what we're supposed to deal with now? Is that just what the cost of tickets is?
They've gotten expensive.
They have.
Everything. Comedy shows, concerts, it's all expensive.
I might mention to you that that's nowhere near the cost. If this is just a bargain at any price, but truly for Just Okay, the tickets are far, far lower than
Slip
this.
it in there.
Yeah, and you can get them for much cheaper at realradio.fm/justokay.
Oh, yeah.
And I just went to, I had showed you guys, I was like, it doesn't work on my laptop. The link for tickets is broken. Tried it like 5-6 times, broken. And you guys were like, it's working for me. And then I was going to make a video to show you.
Celia and I both went into panic. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It just wasn't working at all. But I go to make a video so I could show you guys how it's not working on mine. And it started working on mine. And
Okay.
I go, this is
I hate when that happens.
That's great. Yep. Didn't work 10 times in a row. Want to get the example video? Works perfectly, just like it's supposed to. If you do have any problems getting your tickets, please do email me, though, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and we'll help you out there as best we can. Big announcements about Just Okay next week, but a big announcement today in the world of AI. And man, I don't know if you guys have seen what's happening with OpenAI's Sora, the new thing that they announced here. Have you played with this at all?
Never even heard of it.
Okay, I'm going to send the link to both of you so you can
tell
take a
me
look
more.
at this. So Sora is only available for particular people. I think it's for subscribers to ChatGPT, of which I am not one. And this is an AI model where you type in a prompt and it gives you video. You get video from text. And now I've got my laptop up, C-Lane, in front of us. You can see this is a stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm, glowing neon and animated city signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress, and black boots. And this is what comes out from the computer. This didn't happen. That's not a real person. This wasn't really filmed anywhere. That's all AI.
Free?
From this Sona from ChatGPT. Eventually, I believe it will be available to free users, but at the moment, it's still for just like the subscribing folks, and it is incredible.
I need to use that sucker.
If
wow,
they put this
that's
in a movie,
wild.
look how real that looks.
Look at her glasses reflecting.
Yeah. That's all from just a prompt. I'll show you another one here to give you an example. This is from a simple prompt. Historical footage of California during the gold rush. That's all they fed this. And you got a sweeping camera shot going through a ravine with all these old Wild West little outposts, and people are on this little ravine panning for gold. And it's crazy. Tell me you wouldn't believe that was
Why is
an
it so
actual
choppy?
camera.
I don't
It's
like
not
it.
Shut
It's
up.
choppy.
Look at right now. You're saying it's choppy? It might just be the feed going to you. It's totally smooth on my side. And like, the trees are moving in the breeze a little bit. It's
Chopping.
it is pretty damn
Chop
impressive.
City.
Sealand's unimpressed.
Okay,
Here's-
so if you pay for ChatGPT like Plus, you get this too?
I believe they have access already. Here's another one where they said an SUV is driving down a dirt road.
Looks like a video game.
It does. It looks like a video game where I would believe it was from a movie. If I just saw this scene real quick, I'd go, yep, that's somebody driving down a dirt road.
Okay, one that was extremely close to the rock wall, but okay.
Yeah, the AI could
Also
be a little more
bit
dangerous. It's not choppy. Get out of here, both of you. It's super impressive. They could straight up in not that long from now do movies. And then this is one that's inside a museum. I'll put the link for this up on See It Now so everybody could check it out. The rooms feel real. Everything you're looking at feels like it's really actually there. And this is the next wave of things. It's pretty cool. Gary says you can tell. I think you could tell. It is very, very close to being full on indistinguishable from reality. All right. Even if you say it's a tiny little insy bitsy, wait until the next version of this comes. And then you go, make me a movie about a protagonist that is searching for this.
Did you see the one with the dog?
No.
Show the dog.
Same one?
Show the dog.
All right. The dog one you're blown away by, but nothing else was impressive to you?
Dude, the dog one is insane.
Okay, show the dog.
Where's the dog one? Did you have to go right?
Scroll. I don't know. It's
like woolly mammoths, I see.
Okay.
Some guy.
It's down past the SUV that's going through the thing.
Okay, I'm scrolling down now. Each one of these has additional ones that you can cursor right over if you want. I'm past the museum. I see a man on a treadmill. Is it past that?
Yes.
All right, now it says safety. Okay, here's the dog. So this is the one that wins C-Lane over. There's a dog hanging out a window.
There is a little bit about the actual dog itself that looks
it's moving.
unnatural, how it's moving. But the vivid colors of the building and all that other stuff, that is insane to me.
It's a little choppy for me, to be honest.
It's so close. It's very, very impressive. And I can
We're
see, like,
screwed.
If you're wondering, like, why does this matter? Why does this matter at all? This matters because in the future, let's take it to court stuff, for God's sake. How do you prove in court that something is a real video and not made by Sona from ChatGPT?
Next moneymaker is someone who can determine that. Like your identity theft companies, it's going to be your AI detector companies.
Are these discussions happening in the legal world? Like, how do we go, hey, this is actually real footage of my client's car after the crash?
Yeah, I mean, you have to have someone who can authenticate the video or the photo typically, but it is becoming more concerning. So a lot of times, we're going to have to question the people who took the video more. Is this a true and accurate copy of the video that you took? Where did you take it? When did you take it? Has it been edited in any ways? There's been a lot of, not so much with this, but a lot of discussion on enhancement of videos before. Enhancement of audio. That was in a recent case that we talked about. I can't remember which case it was. But where they're enhancing. Oh, it was the case where the professor, the Florida State law professor, was murdered, and there was a conversation that the FBI was listening to in a restaurant between the son and the mother, who are
yeah.
And they were talking about the murder essentially.
Yeah.
But it was a very grainy recording, and
they had to enhance it.
They enhanced it, and so there was a question, well, is the enhancement allowed in court?
Right.
And ultimately they decided the enhancement was allowed in court to be listened to by the jury, but the transcript from the enhancement could not be admissible. So the jury could make their own determination as to what they were saying.
Okay.
So you have a lot of these weird areas of law of like, yes, is it real? Are you improving what the original work was, or are you altering it in some way?
So it sounds kind of like it's going to be very important to have the person who filmed whatever video you have as evidence to testify, whereas like anonymous video will be a lot more shaky.
But in the IT world, like maybe Sean and C-Lane, you can answer this, but are there not codes and sources in the background of all of these that would indicate whether or not it's AI or where it came from? And as location information?
I think you can falsify that data, though, I'm pretty sure.
So what you're saying is there some sort of like, imprint, fingerprint behind the scenes that if you examine the file, you could see that this was churned up by ChatGPT. And the problem goes to what C-Lane just said. If you could do that, you could probably find a way to fake it.
Wow.
And because it's all digital, we all get screwed here. My God. That's
fun,
something.
though. That's great. I'm excited.
Right.
I'm going to do a lot of videos.
I'll put that up over on See It Now so everybody could take a look. There's tons of videos that were generated by that, and you can take some time to look at how impressive it is. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show.
This week on The Big Show, you have options when you win JCS Trivia. Tickets to see the Arnold Palmer Invitational coming March 7th through the 10th. Tickets to see comedian Nate Bargatze this Saturday at the Kia Center. Or tickets to Spark STEM Fest at the Orlando Science Center. Plus, your final week of chances to win $1,000 every hour. We got you covered. Plus, your calls, texts, and talkbacks all this week on The Big Show.
The Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast as we look ahead for the rest of your Friday and into the weekend. And for today, despite the fact that we've seen some sunshine today, the clouds will increase, and that will be ahead of tomorrow's rainmaker. But until then, plan for highs today to climb into the mid to upper 70s with a high of 78 degrees for Orlando. As we head into the weekend, though, rain chances will be on the rise along with chilly temperatures and gusty winds. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Florida Prepaid College Savings Plans. Florida Prepaid College Plans can be used in-state or out at public, private, trade, and technical schools nationwide. Enrolling is quick, and prepaid plans now start at just $34 a month. Florida Prepaid Open Enrollment is now.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Game-bred bare-knuckle MMA fans, the time is now! March 2nd, Orlando, Florida, live at the Kia Center with a historic main event. Junior Dos Santos. He's got to get out.
Junior Dos Santos has knocked out the Black Beast.
Dos Santos is the victor. Versus Allen, the Talent Belcher, Orlando, Florida, March 2nd. Get your tickets right now at Ticketmaster.com.
You don't need a resolution to lose weight. You need a solution. And that's Red Mountain Weight Loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specifically formulated to provide full-strength semaglutide in a daily tablet. With Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month. And it's not a shot, so you can skip the weekly trips to a doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications like Ozempic. That's right, I said half the price. Plus, Red Mountain includes medically supervised meal plans and free lifetime maintenance to help you keep the weight off. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, just results for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Bike Week is right around the corner. Make Orlando Harley-Davidson part of your Bike Week plans. Orlando Harley-Davidson has the largest selection of new and pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles in the state of Florida. Stop at Orlando Harley-Davidson during Bike Week March 1st through the 10th. Enjoy food, exclusive merchandise, pinstriping, tattoos, music, a full bar, and so much more. Visit OrlandoHarley.com for a full list of motorcycle inventory and Orlando Bike Week details. Stop by the Orlando Harley-Davidson dealership right off I-4 across from the mall at Millennia.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations, like the Beatles Now and Then. Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Don't miss huge savings on Better Sleep during Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. For a limited time, shop in store to score a Sleepy's Queen mattress for only $89.99. That's over 60% off and the lowest price ever. So hurry in today. This deal is only here while supplies last.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's
Cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Friday and the week. You guys got big weekends planned? Good times? Big fun ahead of you here?
I don't know.
Hosting karaoke now that football's over, so that should be a good time. And besides that, just straight chilling, dog.
Straight chilling, dog? Moses, are you straight chilling, dog, as well? Or?
Straight chilling, dog.
Everybody's straight chilling. Can I get you to weigh in on something?
Sure.
C-Lane is trying to bring back the phrase cool beans. Do you think this is possible?
I don't think it's going to go well.
No,
but
I don't know if it's cool enough.
I think it's almost the opposite at this point.
Yeah, I think
it's
lacks,
in the phrase "cool,"
but that's not helping it out enough. It's not doing enough heavy lifting.
I wasn't even trying to bring it back, and now this is the narrative. I just said it once, just because it seems stupid.
All right, here is this is a question for Mo. I don't know if it will be or not, but I'm a PC sends us this.
Okay, Mo, regarding the commercials that the other guy had a question about, can I sue him for mental anguish caused by those commercials?
I mean,
because some of them just kind of attack you mentally, and I'm kind of tired of them.
He's specifically referencing these commercials that are telling you how to be a good dad.
Well, this is America. We can sue anyone for any reason.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
We wouldn't be the good old USA if we couldn't do that.
Make sure you submit that in writing to handwritten lawsuit. Those are always the most sane ones.
Yes, those are the most successful types of lawsuits.
All right, let's do the stories that didn't make the cut because we got some stuff to touch on here on the way out. Some bad news in the world of the Beach Boys. Brian Wilson, at 81 years old, is now suffering from dementia, they say. His family is seeking to place him under a conservatorship, a la Britney Spears. It's just weeks after the singer's wife, Melinda, died. They said he has a major neurocognitive disorder. And I think he's always had some stuff going on. Like, he's always had some mental issues, lying in bed like Brian Wilson did and all that good stuff. They say Taco Bell's new competitor, Del Taco, is raising and rising fast. Either one of them is fine. They said they are going to challenge Taco Bell nationwide.
How are they new? They're not that new.
Well, they're not new at all, actually, but they are new in their battle against Taco Bell. Taco Bell's got 8,000 locations, which is crazy. Del Taco only has 600. I don't know if I've ever tried Del Taco in my entire life.
I don't know.
They want us to. All right, here we go.
I had so many tacos, I can't keep them all straight.
Hey.
Let's get the hell out of here. There's a taco coming up in this, too. So here we go. Today I learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
That's different.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, February 15th, 2024. February 16th, rather, 2024. Today I learned this guy who wrote this right here. I'll take either the movie or the guy who wrote it.
Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws is correct. Who was the composer?
John Williams.
That's right, John Williams. Both of you right. Film composer John Williams is the most Oscar-nominated living person with 54 nominations.
Knew it.
He's also the first person to be nominated in 7 consecutive decades. Guy is doing his thing. He's got like a weird area where he exists musically. I would hope so. He's got to be lit up with cash. At least I would guess. Today, learn in China, they have a theme park called the Kingdom of the Little People. It's run entirely by dwarfs. It was established in 2009, and the plan was to create a secure workplace for people with dwarfism. And
That's very
they're
nice.
Often marginalized in China's superstitious society, where some people in China happen to think they're magical. But
All right.
They are not. The little people are not magical. I'm here to tell you.
Wow,
Today,
I mean, some of them have to be magical.
The guy who sang this song. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, putting on the Ritz.
That's right, putting on the Ritz. What's
I
the
thought you were
singer's
asking
name?
for the guy's name.
What's the singer's name?
I have no clue.
I told you
guy?
there would be another what?
Taco.
That's his name is Taco. The guy who sings this song, his name is Taco. It just goes by that, and that's it. His full name, actually legally, is Taco Akersay. And Taco Akersay, only known for that song and just barely. Today, learn around 20% of young people lack a gag reflex. Just throwing that out there for
Not
you.
me.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
not
out
me.
there. Today, I learned the first vacuum cleaners were horse-drawn vacuum cleaners. They were so big that it took 6 people, excluding the horse, in order to operate them. Things have changed since 1901. They said there was a horse-drawn device that was around the size of a milk truck that would power a few long hoses that could be dragged around like a fire hose to vacuum out a house. How's about that? And finally, before we get out of here, thank you, Mo, for hanging out with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Today I learned this band right here.
Against me.
No. It's the Killers.
Killers is correct. Fans of the band The Killers are known as blank.
The
Victims.
murderers.
The Victims is right. That's correct. You got it. The official fan club of the U.S. rock band The Killers. The fans that love them, they call them The Victims.
Cute.
They hate Hot Fuss as the best album. They say Sam's Town is the true winner, and they're very, very hardcore fans of the band. Disagreement?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll see you on Monday, same time, same place. If you missed any of the show, go get the podcast link. It's ready for you. It's up at thenewsjunkie.com, and we'll see you next week, everybody.